Shields up, Ironbreakers. How's everybody doing today on this fine Wednesday afternoon? Hopefully you're all doing good, and hopefully we can improve on that with some more Path of Exile. I've seen in chat that some of you guys were wondering if I was going to do something with the most recent IGN video, and it's like, what it seems to me is that the biggest thing that came out of the IGN video was a leaked monster that was likely not intended. That I don't know if that's on them, although to be real, I didn't even pay that much attention. I wouldn't have even noticed just by watching the video, but you know, people noticed, so it is what it is. Then again, most people that happen to be on social media, there's no way to miss out on what IGN leaked. It's impossible. So I'm running low on water. Let me grab water before we get started proper here. Dude, I went to my subs to see if you were streaming and rage leaked the monster in the thumbnail. Yeah. Like, look, monsters in thumbnails is kind of a bit of a rough topic right now. I've had some people chastise me over a Rurikhan and Rompompolo, and it's like, I mean, a Rurikhan and Rompompolo were announced months ago. Literally months ago. They have been on thumbnails all over the website. So it's kind of, I feel like a Rurikhan and Rompompolo, I kind of almost felt that those were fair game. Maybe I shouldn't have put those there. I don't know. But the thing is, I'm a content creator, right? At a certain point, like, I'm never going to be reporting on leaks and stuff. But at a certain point, I mean, Rurikhan and Rompompolo were well known, you know? Did you wish Akko a happy birthday yet? Is it Akalon's birthday today? I haven't. True, they should be fair game, not a big deal. Kind of, yeah, that's the thing with the law. I feel like if at this point, if you don't want to be getting spoiled, like, I mean, it's kind of rough. Like, I don't like putting things on thumbnails. Like, if you guys notice, even in the announcement where they confirmed the new monster that was going to be in the beta, even in that video, I didn't put it on the thumbnail. I kind of alluded to it a little bit in the title, but most people didn't even get that when I said I was blindsided by this announcement. Like, that was the whole point of the title of that video. And you know, obviously there's the whole thing with Ryozu, laser eyes, and all of that stuff. But, you know, even then I didn't put it in there, and the recent one from IGN, I would absolutely not put it in there. But to be fair, anybody that's on social media right now, they will have had that spoiled for them. It is what it is. Akalon's 40 today? Bro. That's crazy. My man's joining us 40s. Joining us in our 40s, man. That's insane. How do I get in beta 2 on PC? You wait. You just download it. It's going to be an open beta. So whenever it becomes available, just go to Steam and download it. Which I think is like, it's the 13th of February, I believe. No, wait, it's the 6th. The 6th of February. 14th of February is going to be rough, because that's also the first day of the Elden Ring Night Rain beta, if I'm able to get in on that. Joke's on you, old man. I haven't watched any of your Wilds videos because I've been avoiding all spoilers, so I have no idea what you're talking about. That's why I'm speaking very generically. But no, for people wondering, the reason I haven't really done anything with the IGN video is because there's really nothing there. The most recent IGN video with the cooking thing, besides the leak part, there's nothing there. It's just they're talking about art, which is something, you know, if I was doing an interview with them and we were talking about the art of the game, that would make sense for me to put in my channel. But when there really isn't like any new informational value and it's just behind the scenes kind of stuff, I'm like, that should just be on IGN. It's whatever. If there was something new, because like what I was hoping for when I was watching today's video from IGN was like, is there a canteen? How does the canteen work in comparison with the stuff that we're getting from the on-site cooking and all of that stuff? That's what I really wanted. When will Path of Exile get new classes? I would expect one new class to be launched with the next patch. Not this one that's upcoming. So like this week we're getting a patch, which by the way, I do have a video queued up I want to watch from Rax. So like this week we're getting a patch, and then later down the line, which they said soon, although I think that their soon might mean April. At least I'm hoping it's April, but because we're getting, supposedly there's going to be a new league in Path of Exile in February, so it wouldn't make sense for them to have a new league in Path of Exile 1 and at the same time an economy reset in Path of Exile 2, because that's just the two games kind of like cannibalizing each other. It's a terrible idea, but yeah. Canteen like the Gathering Hub? Yeah, exactly. I wanted to know if we can also eat at a canteen. I mean, I'm assuming we can. I just wanted to know if the food buffs were going to be different or if it was going to be the exact same thing, which they haven't really revealed yet. And that's what I'm interested in knowing. You really think you're going to play that game, my dude? I don't know, man. I mean, it looks cool. It just looks like multiplayer Elden Ring. Exactly. I like multiplayer. I like that a lot. That sounds like a really good proposition. We'll see. I am going to play it. It's just a matter of, am I going to like it or not? And I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see what they're cooking. I like seeing From Software trying out new things. New classes were supposed to be released when early access ends. So wait, you think that... Lumpy, that doesn't make any sense. You think that early access is just these 6 classes and then full game comes out and the other classes all come in all at once? That would break the game in so many different ways. I don't think that makes a lot of sense. I would imagine they would want to release the classes during early access and maybe saving one last one to break the game, because then at least they wouldn't even have to worry about, you know, the whole thing. Did you sign up for the network test? I did, but I didn't sign up on the first day because the website was down and all of that stuff. I hope so. I'm getting bored of the existing classes. There's no point in playing. How are you bored of the existing classes already? I've played literally 2 classes. I've played 2 classes. Jonas had said something about Acts 4 to 6 at the end of VA. They didn't really confirm anything like that, so we don't know what's going to happen. It's weird. Rufile. Spoilers, bro. We don't talk about those. That hasn't been confirmed. That was leaked through IGN. I don't want From Software to release a game that doesn't do well. Some executive try to hurt the studio devs. I mean, that would be one thing, way of the law, if the game was chock full of microtransactions when they specifically said that wasn't the case. They're not selling you a buttload of microtransactions. The game is going to be the game when it releases. It's going to be 40 bones, and the whole game's going to be there, and you just play it and you unlock stuff. That's it. So if they were announcing like, oh yeah, there's going to be microtransactions and loot boxes and all of these things, then I would be more inclined to agree with you. But with a business model of here's this multiplayer game, we're releasing it, it is what it is, everything's unlocked, doesn't seem like a cash grab. They could just be lying. So yeah, I don't know. I'm bored too. I put 120 hours in. The campaign is amazing, but I really don't like the endgame. I'm enjoying the endgame right now, but I would be lying if I was to say that I like the endgame more than the campaign. I think that the first run through the campaign was much more enjoyable because of the pacing. I prefer the pacing of the campaign, but at the same time, I'm enjoying the endgame because I'm not playing the busted builds. Like I was looking at something. I can kind of show you guys. Let me see if I can find it here. I was looking at something earlier today. Where is this? Let me see if I can find it through history, because I kind of zoned out quite a bit this morning. I was feeling pretty bad because of some stuff that's happening in my real life. So when I feel bad, I have a tendency to just like zone out and watch a bunch of random bullshit on YouTube. Let me see here. Where was the thing? I wanted to show you guys some of these crazy builds. I think it's this video. It's time to try these no nerf builds. Okay. So like, I didn't even watch the whole thing, but this is a video from Path of Exile 2 clips. I'll link it to you guys. But this is in regards to like the pacing of Endgame, right? How's my neck? My neck is fine right now. I don't even feel that much pain, but I still want to go to this this guy to make sure that everything's okay with my muscles and stuff, because I want to get back to working out properly. I did a lighter workout on Monday, but then on Tuesday I just went full on again. But Tuesday's like leg day, so it doesn't affect me as much up here. But yeah, I'm still gonna go to the doctor later today. But as I was saying, so the thing is, I like my warrior build because it's got a certain pace to it. But let's put it like this. If I was playing these builds that I'm going to show you here, I don't think I would be enjoying the end game nearly as much. Let me show you guys. Just lower the volume here. Like, check these out. I've linked the video already. You guys can check it out. Like, what the fuck is this, bro? Well, what is this? You guys see that? Like, watch it again. I don't even know what skill this is. This looks like some bow build that leaves behind some, like, mines or something. And then he's gonna pop these with a hammer. And it's like the game is exploding because it can't even render everything that's happening. Like, I have no fucking idea what the hell that is. That seems broken as fuck. Vine arrow? Okay, Jungron literally... Yeah, I've noticed that Jungron's builds seem to be pretty crazy. We have this dude here that's going to blow up the Arbiter of Ash in one move. I've heard that this is some type of interaction with some unique boots that I haven't seen yet. But basically, he's plopping down 1,000,000 stone walls. Then he's going to detonate all of the stone walls with a Hammer of the Gods, which I'm assuming that this Hammer of the Gods is also like 6 link or 5 link or something like that.
The
Chuck full of damage.
Already burns for
I watch.
Hammer of the Gods!
Boom. There.
All right, dude.
Like, see, this is the type of stuff that if this is the end game, I'm out, right? Like, I'm straight up not interested in these types of things.
The mother soul must.
So this is okay? Absolutely not. I think this is terrible. That's what I'm saying. This is why would be a pace at which I would not like to play the end game.
Diamonds.
But like, there's more coming. Like, look at this.
Spicy sushi.
Like, what the fuck is, like, what is this? Like, actually, like, just look at this. What in the actual fuck is this? I have no idea. But like, you look at this thing, and it's just dude teleports, does one quick hit, and look, this isn't melee. I don't know what you want to call this. This ain't melee. Okay, this is like fucking nuclear strike, ion cannon blasting in from above. Boom.
What the fuck?
Boom.
Looks
boom. Like, how does it, like, this is when the knowledge of Path of Exile 2 really fails me. Because, like,
what the fuck?
Look at this. He's gonna hit like all the way over here. Watch. He's gonna hit a mob like here. And now notice that the mobs over here are going to explode. Oh no, this wasn't the one. Was it the next one?
It looks hilarious.
This is the one. Like, I mean, look at this. He hits a mob over here, and the mobs over here explode. Like, what is this? These guys play all day. There's nothing wrong with them being powerful. I would say that these are broken builds. Like, look, at the end of the day, you guys need to understand my opinion is probably not the most important one when it comes to Path of Exile 2. However I feel about busted builds or whatever, I'm not sitting here to, this needs to change. What I'm saying is, like, I don't like seeing this. And obviously I can accept this because it's early access. But if the developers were to tell me that, no, this is intended, I'd be like, no, that's fucked up. Like, I don't agree with that at all.
It's hilarious.
Like,
yeah,
look
no,
at
there's like
this.
some weird boots or something that like replicate
Boom.
the AoE damage or something
Boom.
like that.
So see, this type of pacing is something that I would not like. I would not enjoy playing the game
It's
like
just kind
this.
of
This is actually intended. I mean, I don't know what level the map is that he's doing, but really, this is intended. I mean, look, it doesn't even seem like this is just Mace Strike, because there's no other skills bound right here. This is Mace Strike. He's murdering all of these mobs with one hit of Mace Strike. So, again, like I'm saying, my opinion, probably not as valuable as some other people's opinion, but I don't like it.
Wait, how does he have 10 out of 100 spirit?
And this is another one.
exquisite
Like,
location.
how does this work? You see what I mean? This right here. How does this work? He attacked over here. Like, again, these are things that I don't understand because I do not have the knowledge of these mechanics, right? But how does he attack over here and then things explode on the opposite corner of the map? Like, is this really an intended interaction? I'm only asking because I don't know. That's the point. Gosper, thank you very much for being risking this for 19 months. Tip of the hat. Appreciate support. Thank you. Build investment equals how OP the build is. It's just the same in Elden Ring. You can set the difficulty of the playthrough. No, because you can't get an Elden Ring build to do this most of the time. Most of the time, you can't really get an Elden Ring build to achieve this level of destruction. And if you do, oftentimes developers are like, okay, that was not intended. We're going to go fix it. Herald of Ice and Palsy Kern? What the hell is Palsy Kern? 99% of the players will never reach this level of power.
You won't escape.
Like, look at that. What the fuck? It was like a nuke just went through the screen right there during this moment. Like, what? But this is the part that I really want to, and again, I really want to hear from the devs. Is this an intended interaction? Yes or no? That's the biggest question that I have. Like, he's attacking over here and shit's exploding off screen. I don't understand the logic. And then we have this one.
Let's go.
See what I mean? It's absolutely insane. This one's got copyrighted music though, but it gets even worse. Like we can watch it without sound. Like look at this. And it's like power scaling with investment should definitely be the case. That I agree. How much scaling though is the real question. I agree. Palsy Kern is a unique ring that shatters chilled enemies as opposed to Herald of Ice that shatters only when frozen. You have massive AoE chill, you can explode the entire screen. So you're saying ROB, what the fuck is ROB plus Mimic or Rykard Sword plus Mimic doesn't exist? River of Blades plus Mimic? I don't even know what the fuck that is. It's been a while since I've played Elden Ring, but what Mimic? What exactly are you talking about? Mimic tier. Okay. Got lucky on Flickr. It was more broken on BOE1. Huh. It just seems like there's a lot of justifying this as like, no, this is perfectly fine. And it's like, okay, if this is perfectly fine, and if this is like what the endgame is supposed to be for Path of Exile 2, then maybe the game might end up not being for me, which is fine. But that's not the impression that I got from the campaign. And that's not the impression that I get from what developers have said. Because like what we're about to see here is like, look what's about to happen. Look what's about to happen right here. A little bit of a rough start. Suddenly, pop! It's like you know when you're heating up a corn kernel, right? You're heating up the corn kernel, and then suddenly it reaches the point where it transforms into a popcorn. Is kind of like what happened right here. He's heating up the corn kernel. It's heating up, and then as soon as it's hot enough, pop! Popcorn's done. Not justifying this is fine, but these builds cannot be replicated by your average player. Some of these builds require 300, 500 divs. Like, again, look at this one. Like, look at this. What is this? Is this intended? Look at this. What is Machine Gun Ice Comet? I mean, look at it. It's a fucking machine gun. I have it muted because I know that some of these clips have copyrighted music. That's orbital cannon support. Again, because what the devs have stated is like we want 1 to like 3 minute boss fights first time you're going through a boss, and that's not what we're seeing, right? That's all I'm saying. And again, I want people to really understand something because I often then get comments later down the line like, "Oh, you don't know anything." Blah, blah. I've already acknowledged I don't know anything. I've even acknowledged that I don't even know if this is something that needs to be changed. The one thing that I've stated is I don't like it. That's it. That's what you strive for in these games, but it needs to have super high investment requirements. I don't necessarily agree. I don't think you'll have to worry these builds are at the extreme end. The devs are going to nerf things that are imagining DPS and comments per second. It just, my interpretation from what we saw of the dev part, it seemed like these are not intended things. That's all that sounded like. Now give me a second because my wife is calling me. If you guys don't mind, just give me a quick second. I'll be right back. Where is this? Give me a second. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Just sorting some stuff out with the wife. As I was saying, the whole point of this is like, I'm not trying to say whether or not these things are valid or not. I'm trying to say, from what I saw from the developers, it doesn't seem like that is the intent. I see a lot of people in chat saying this is exactly what I want to strive for. And I feel like this is stuff that you did in PoE 1, right? You had the crazy giga builds where it's like I remember the few times that I've seen it, there was this one time that it was a character using leap slam, and the whole build was leap slamming, but it was leap slamming at the speed of light. So like bro was running through a whole map going like bam 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 bam, and I was just looking at that and I was like, what the fuck is... And every time that he would leap slam, whole rooms would disappear. So he would just like leap slam through the whole maps and the whole rooms would just get deleted. And I'm just like, you know, it doesn't feel particularly reasonable. Yeah, those people played 1,000 hours into this game, but is that the intent? That's the point that I'm getting at. Is that the intent? And again, this is the only ones that can actually answer this are going to be the developers, right? This is not a conversation that we here can have and come up with a reasonable conclusion, because I will say that this is not intended. Some of you guys will say that it is intended, and at the end of the day, nobody really knows. Ruri, Steam playtime, 270 hours. 270 hours right now. Oh, PoE 1. I never played too much of PoE 1. I probably have like 80 hours of PoE 1, something like that. I don't think the devs want those builds to become common, but they want them to be possible. I don't know. But all I'm saying is I find the game more enjoyable at the pace that I'm playing it, which is a very different experience. But at the same time, like, let's put it like this. If the game balance that exists right now in Path of Exile 2 is the intended one, when the early access was to release, I would argue that 80 to 90% of the player base would just play the monk build of Herald of Ice and Lightning. Like, straight up. That would be my argument, because this is what I usually see. People they trend towards the most powerful thing that they possibly can. That's usually the way that it goes. I know, you can play at your own pace regardless of what others do. That's exactly correct, someone. But the situation then becomes, are they balancing the game for the people who are playing at their own pace? Or are they balancing the game for the people that are making these crazy zoomer builds? You know? Starlord 716, if it was unintentional, it would have been or will be nerfed soon. Yeah, exactly. Which is why I'm questioning it. Is it intentional? Is it not intentional? And again, I don't know what the answer is, and I'm not even trying to come in here and influence one way or the other. I'm just looking for answers. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, because I realize that whenever it comes to Path of Exile stuff, I'm the outsider. I'm coming in from like friggin' Monster Hunter and Dark Souls. I'm an outsider. I'm not going to say what is wrong, what is right. I'm just looking for answers, okay? I'm just like trying to figure out, okay, but what are we doing? What exactly is it that we're going to be doing moving forward in the game? What is to be expected? 270 hours? Damn, I have 180 and 3 level 90s now. I have a level 70-something and a level 80-something. But it's also because I spend... You know, a lot of my gameplay time is not really me just playing the game. It's me playing the game while chatting with you guys, and that pads the game time significantly. Which I'm not complaining. It's my favorite way of playing the game. Play the game a little bit, chat with you guys, play the game a little bit more, chat with you guys. It's, in a lot of ways, this is almost like one of those old LAN parties that I'd be doing with my friends. We're all just hanging out, chatting, playing the games, doing the stuff. That's the thing. Rurikhan should do a podcast with Ziz or Ghazi. I mean, I'm game. I'm game to do podcasts with anybody. That's pretty much the whole point. I mean, we did a podcast with DM, but that's because I've also followed DM's content for the longest time. And when I started playing PoE 2, I was like, I definitely want to talk to DM because I've seen a lot of his content. I'm less familiar with Zizran and Ghazi. We have been watching some of Zizran's content. So that's one of the reasons why I haven't reached out to them to do a podcast, but I definitely would love to talk to Zizran, Ghazi. Hell, one of the people that I want to talk to at some point is also It's Alex. I don't know how well known he is in the community, but It's Alex is also somebody that I know because we've interacted previously plenty of times, and I know that he plays Path of Exile, and I think that that'd be somebody interesting to have as well. Should do a podcast with Elon about what a god gamer he is. Dude, if I did a podcast with Elon, I'd want to talk about space exploration more so than Path of Exile 2, to be honest. I think that'd be a more interesting topic for me as a bit of somebody that really likes sci-fi and spaceships. By the way, Rurikhan, we were able to get a podcast with Preach for Monster Hunter. We're working on it. We'll see. We'll see. I've reached out to his team. We're working on it. I'll keep you guys posted. Things are looking good on that end, though. That's what I can tell you for now. I don't like confirming things before everything is like done and dusted, because I don't like providing people with expectations. What I can tell you right now is things are looking good in that direction. We'll see if it happens. How do you feel about his stamina bar? I haven't watched a lot of Preach's content. We watched his first Monster Hunter video yesterday, and I watched a little bit of his stream before I did that, and it was interesting because Preach actually has he approaches games in a very holistic way, which is interesting to watch because he approaches games from the perspective of not really looking up any information, which is something that I do as well, which gives him interesting perspectives that not everybody has. Because a lot of people, they'll pick up Monster Hunter, they'll be like, oh, I don't know how to play the Charge Blade. So they'll look up a guide for Charge Blade. They might end up on one of my videos, one of Eric's videos, or somebody else's. And, then they'll learn the Charge Blade. Preach is going to try to brute force it through the game because he wants to have that new player experience. So that's kind of provides him with a unique bit of insight. Rurikhan Lawyers The Fallen 2 release date is 2026. Bro, if they're making it on Unreal Engine 5 again, I think I'll play it in 2027. How about that? Personally, I think if we're going to balance, it should be around melee. I don't know, dude. I just feel like the vibe that I'm getting for Path of Exile, because even in Path of Exile 1, apparently armor wasn't very good. And again, this is the vibe that I'm getting as a complete newcomer to the game. The vibe that I'm getting for Path of Exile is that the developers love more complex interactions with things like energy shields and evasions and things like that. And they're actually not big fans of vanilla type defenses like armor and blocking. That's the vibe that I'm getting, and I'm not saying that I'm right. It's the vibe that I'm getting, right? It just seems like that is the case. Like they don't care for these more vanilla type builds of sword and board and all of that stuff. Which coincidentally is kind of my bread and butter. I love vanilla sword and board builds. That's me. I'm Mr. Sword and Board. Right? Armor was much better in PoE 1 than 2 for sure. But I mean, when we had the videos from Zizran and Crip, both of them said that even in PoE 1, armor was garbage. And it's like, if armor was garbage for the last 10 years, in Path of Exile 1, I'm just like, oh, that's a pretty important piece of information to be aware of. Right? Impressed with the people still grinding out PoE 2. I get bored with the Diablo-style combat pretty quick. Pushed through Diablo 4 campaign, got super bored farming the endgame. Yeah. I just like to be tanky. Exactly. I like to be tanky too. It's just that right now, you being tanky is just stacking energy shield. I don't mind them slowing the game down. I really like the skill interactions if used as intended. Exactly, like the playstyle that I had with my mercenary, I actually loved it. It was like oil grenades, gas grenades, explosive shot. But it required like an interaction with a bunch of skills to do things properly, right? So it made sense that it does all of this. Like by comparison right now, the interactions that I'm doing with the warrior is actually a lot less. Like what am I doing with the warrior? Totem, 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 block. Totem, 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 block. Like those are my interactions right now. Going to get some ice. Don't start the video without me, please. Okay, we'll wait for you, Ashira. Don't worry about it. I feel playing with an immortal from StarCraft 2 and Protoss Shield on the Titan. We'll see. We will see. Pathfinder 2 is balanced around melee and it's the exception as far as I know. Yeah, it always seems like the vibe that I usually get is that most developers, for one reason or another, end up not liking warrior classes all that much. It's kind of weird. They like the more twirly mages or whatever. Mages are way more romanticized than warriors nowadays. I'm from the age of Conan the Barbarian, dude. That was my thing. Conan the Barbarian. Another thing people have to remember is that with damage mitigation, you have to do some layering. Yeah, but it's just look at it this way, right? Energy shield, what does it do for you? Prevents everything. Armor, what does it do for you? Prevents physical hits. Seems like a bit of a disadvantage. Then on top of it, which one's way stronger? Energy shield. So energy shield covers more types of damage, is way stronger, and where's the downside here? And at the same time, so does heavy armor actually slow you down more than light armor? Because I thought that it was just like, no, body armor just slows you down if you have it equipped. But people have been telling me it's like, no. The heavier the armor, the slower you get. Is that really how that works? Does it affect rolls? Does it also affect rolls on top of all this? Biscuit Roger, thank you very, very much for the souls, dude. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Didn't have to. Tip of the hat. Appreciate it. Just want to say thanks for the content and having a blast playing PoE 2 and often put on one of yours to try as podcast learning maps, even though you can be kind of hyperbolic about war. Yeah. Love the content. Keep it up. Yep. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yes, it affects rolls. Okay, so let me just again, I'm gonna be hyperbolic like Biscuit Roger just said, okay? So let me just get this straight. Armor is weaker, protects you against less things, makes you move slower, makes you roll slower. Did I get that about right? But again, it's early access. It's early access. We'll see how things pan out. Dodge roll is based on your movement speed? Oh, okay. Yeah, we're missing a lot of things. It's also easier to get. Yeah, energy shield is also easier to get because it is much more present in the skill tree. So yeah, it's just the biggest thing that worries me a little bit is how the devs just said, "Oh, we felt warrior was fine during the campaign." I don't agree. I do not agree. Do not agree at all. Yeah. Kriparian is on his third armor bad video. I mean, there's a reason I have that that picture. Did I show you guys the picture yet? I mean, I think I showed it last time. We're gonna get started here soon. I just want to watch this video and then we'll get started. Yeah. There's a reason I still have these on my wall. Armor bad. Armor real bad. I don't know how to read. All right. Anyway, let's see how Rax is feeling about the situation. Rax saw the whole thing. By the way, I think that overall, most of the stuff that was addressed was really good. Okay, like, I know we've been talking about armor and it being weak and all of that stuff. I was super optimistic about the broadcast for a variety of things. There's a whole video on the channel where I talk about that if you guys are curious on my take and all of that. But, like, I am super excited for what's coming for this game. I'm just, the biggest question that I still need answering is, like, what is the pacing? What is the intended pacing? But yeah, we're going to jump into Rax's video. I already linked it in chat. Make sure to leave it a like. Make sure to watch it. I'm sure that we're going to learn a lot.
For any of you that missed this, Grinding Gear Games had a godly video, godly announcement about a huge patch coming this week. I initially thought it was going to be loaded with nerfs, and that mega balance patch is actually coming later with like a new reset and an economy. They're just going to focus on improving the game. And then they had a 2-hour Q&A. This is every question that was asked with every answer in me paraphrasing Grinding Gear Games. So let's just rip through this as fast as possible. The patch is coming this week. There will be no new league or no new economy yet. That will be later with a huge mega patch. There are quick fixes that they could get done. They said they got it all done in like 2 weeks worth of work. For the end game, it's just more.
I think one of the important things that this patch also shows is they're very in tune with what is happening in the community. Because like all of the community questions that Ghazi and Darth Microtransaction, which by the way, shout out to Ghazi and Darth Microtransaction. They did a fantastic job hosting the interview. I think it was really good. I think you couldn't really have asked for better. I know that some people have this idea just like, oh, if I had the chance to do it, I would have done it a lot better. It's like, no, you wouldn't. Shut the fuck up. Okay? Like for a lot of those people, all I can really say is like, no, you wouldn't. You have no idea what it's like to interview devs and whatnot. Even though these devs are like super solid about providing answers. They're very, very good. They were super accommodating as well, which is cool. So like, shout out to everybody involved. The devs, DM, and Ghazi was fantastically informative for everybody as far as I'm concerned.
Rewarding everywhere, like just like the base maps are more rewarding. The chests, the monsters, towers now have 4 additional maps, and the existing map is a catastrophe. The hallways are too narrow. You can't see in the new room. They showed some footage of it. It looks a lot better. And it's going to be a lot more fun and more rewarding.
I just like the fact that there's different types of towers. That's pretty cool. I hope that they also have like different visuals in the map eventually, but you know, I guess we'll have to wait for that.
Rewarding to do. There's a lot more bosses that are going to be on the maps, which are actually really nice for map progression. Tablets can now add bosses to maps. You can.
I can't wait. That's one of my favorite things. I like doing bosses. I like murdering bosses. Bosses are cool. More bosses, good. Tablets that add more bosses, even better.
Zoom out more. There's better visual clutter. Elite attacks. If I heard them correctly, they said elite attacks disappear and don't detonate after death. This is going to be a lot of those stupid ass on death explosions. This is maybe one of my most favorite things that I heard them say. Strongbox, Expedition, Ritual, all those things were buffed. For pinnacle content, the citadels, you can now see them in the fog of war. like kind of far away. So there's no more spending 2 weeks and only finding one like I did. For the pinnacle boss, the Arbiter, you can now use all 6 portals, and they said that the other pinnacle content will be able to have all 6 portals as well.
This is where things get a little bit wonky. So for bosses, I think it's cool. I think you should get 6 portals the first time that you face off against the boss, because that will promote you actually going in and learning the boss as opposed to watching a YouTube video, because, you know, it's kind of like hard to go and find the resources required to go fight these bosses. So I think this is a W change. Using all 6 portals on a boss, cool beans. Using all 6 portals on a map, you're never going to convince me of that. Sorry. That's going to be just one point where me and a lot of the old PoE 1 players, we're just going to disagree. And I've noticed that because I've had a lot of people comment on my latest video where they're like, just don't use the other 5 portals. And it's like, the old just don't use it argument. You know, it never changes. It just never changes. And I fundamentally disagree with that take. It is what it is. I have 4,500 hours in PoE 1. I like the 1 portal. Yeah, I like that there's a consequence for death. I like that. And I feel like once they tune things in a way where Waystone Sustain actually works properly, I think that'll be fine. Because right now, the biggest concern that I usually have if I die in a map is like, oh shit, I'm 1 death closer to being sent back to tier 1 maps. That's my actual only concern that I have with this type of stuff. Okay, like legit, that's the only thing that I'm really concerned about whenever it comes to whether or not there's going to be issues. Wait, what was that? Why can't I see a notification anywhere? What the fuck? Why is there no notification on Twitch? Alex Bad Gamer, thank you. Oh, here it is. Alex Bad Gamer, thank you very much for becoming grossly incandescent. Tip of the hat. Appreciate support. Thank you. I need portals so I can actually loot the damn map. If you die, the map is gone. So does that mean... So what does it matter if I have more portals? Don't die. That's the whole point. Assuming you don't get one shot from off screen. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's the whole point, Avatar Blade. I'm not talking about the state at which the game is now, that I'm like, oh yeah, I want 1 portals with this exact balance. I'm always looking at it into the future. Like when they balance things out properly, that you know, when you die, it's from a mistake and not like, oh, some random bullshit happened and I'm fucking dead. You know, obviously that's going to be happening now because it's early access. But to me, moving to the future, I don't want them to enable six portals in a map. I think it's cool that there is a consequence for you dying, and I think that actually gives value to defensive skills, because people that just want to run glass cannons, you better be really skilled if you want to be running a glass cannon. That's just the way that it goes. I would prefer a checkpoint before a boss and let me ram my head and not leave. I mean, that's what's going to happen for the pinnacle bosses. The other bosses, I don't know if you necessarily need that much. I think Trials of Second must let you restart from the floor that you reached and not back at the beginning. I don't know. I think 6 portals is still okay, but 1 life. You need those. Oh, I mean, you know exactly what I'm talking about, XTD. I'm talking about 1 portal for when you die. Of course you need 6 portals to loot. Yeah, the way that it is right now. Of course. I mean 1 life, okay? 1 life. You're right. You guys are right. I'm using words improperly. I'm not up with the lingo. How do you do, fellow exiles?
You just have to code it into the game. People will be very happy about that.
Yeah, 1 death map closure.
For the item changes, those low-level uniques that you were finding, some are really good for twink items, but a lot of them, they just said they just sucked, so they buffed a lot of them.
I looked at all of those changes. I was like, Nah. I mean, we can look at them now real quick. We can bring those up now. Let's see here. So it's like, I'm looking at this. Does this have 4K? It does. I'm looking at this, and okay, so on Deidre's gloves, what do we get? 20 maximum energy shield. And a little bit more armor, I guess, or something like that. Yeah. We look at the tusks here. It's like, what I was looking for is give me a reason to use one of these uniques on my level 80 whatever warrior, right? And I'm looking at this, it's like, okay, this is pretty bad armor. 50% reduced slowing potency of debuffs on you. Okay. Thorns damage. Brother, armor sucks. I don't care about thorns damage. I mean thorns damage. Oh yeah, I'm going to give them 26 damage for the 1,000 damage I'm taking. Yeah, sure. That's great. And it's like we have this mace that deals 37 damage at level 80 something. Is like, I don't know about that. I guess this one was the one that I actually was like, no. Armor applies to elemental damage, elemental resistances. This one, but even then, it's like the armor on it's kind of worthless. So yeah, all of these were kind of garbo. And then again, the thing is, it looks to me like it's kind of garbo, but maybe there's something that I don't know. This crossbow is actually a crossbow that I have in hardcore. I'm looking at this. Okay, great. Now we have, what is it that we get? Additional chill duration on enemies. Okay. It's like, it doesn't, yeah, these just look like leveling uniques. Yeah, sure, for your twinks or whatever. So it's not really anything that I'm going to be using on my warrior right now. I think I considered this one a little bit because I do have this one. But the thing is, this one reduces dexterity and intelligence, and you have no life regen. It's like, what the fuck? Why would I do this? I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't know about that. According to Crip, 1% max res is better than your entire armor applying to elemental damage. Yep.
And they changed the weighting, and you're going to get less bad affixes. So
this
less
is also
accuracy,
good.
less.
This is particularly good for solo self-found because we don't get the trade, and therefore constantly picking up items with bad affixes is kind of an issue. Affixes or suffixes.
Life on hit or life per second, and more of the stuff that you actually want. And now you can overwrite runes, which is.
Yes. Thank you.
A super, super ultimate mega change everyone was asking for.
Absolutely.
A lot of the outlier monsters that were just destroying people have been nerfed, so you're not going to get one-shotted out of nowhere as often. And they did say in the Q&A that the tornado bird that insta one-shotted me and DM, and I believe.
Fuck that bird. I don't think you guys have seen me fight that on stream because I fought that off stream. Fuck that bird. That bird sucks. That bird, some bullshit. That tornado comes out of nowhere and just insta-gibs you. That's some bullshit.
I believe Quinn and other people has one.
It's fine, where you can vault the item in SSF and make it better. I can follow the item and SSF, make it better. Wait, I have something for you. Wait, let me get it real quick. Let me just get something for you real quick. Follow the item and make it better, huh? Okay, here's what I have for you. Oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry. It's like vol the item? I'll vol you! Maybe you'll get an extra socket! You want to get an extra socket? How'd you like to get an extra socket? In real life.
one of the bosses that's been fixed. Console is getting item filters. That's like the number one thing I hear from console people. I've heard people say they literally
I'm probably one of the only streamers that doesn't use an item filter, right? I'm scared of item filters, bro. I'm scared of them hiding good loot away from me. I'm scared of the item filter hiding good loot. I'm very, very scared.
have quit. With no item filter, they're not going to play. Well, now you get an item filter. Armor is buffed. They'll say later on, this is just a small buff. They have to like actually rework armor completely, but getting a buff.
I don't remember them saying that they were going to rework armor completely. Maybe I missed that. I think that their intention, I think that the devs are not aware of how bad armor is. That's the vibe that I've gotten. I don't think that devs actually realize how bad armor is. That's the one part where I felt like, I don't know. Doesn't feel like you guys are really on this specific topic. You know, where is it with the other topics, like everything else that they were throwing at them, like minions, energy shield, this thing, that thing, the other. They were like super on point with everything. In the armor bit, I was like, I don't know. But then again, the thing is, the changes that they're doing with this particular patch is a two-pronged approach, right? So you got the buff to armor, very minor. They said it's about 15%, and the nerf to monsters. So it might have a double whammy effect that might actually really improve the overall feeling of armor. So they're probably going to tackle it slowly. But at the same time, I wasn't very confident when they started talking about Warrior. Or they don't care because they want them to be part of the challenge. I don't know. Energy shield plus mind over matter, Ruri. So not only you have the shield, you also have mana as pseudo health. Yeah, I know. I know. It's great, isn't it? Must be nice.
For now, charms now show the charges and when they're activated, so you can actually see what they're doing. And then there's going to be a mega balance change coming soon with a full reset and a new economy. Q&A. I'm just going to go real fast. It said, what change were they most excited?
So wait a minute. I want to tackle that a little bit, ESS. Personally, my Titan is fine. I don't see any issue. I just put points into Life Leech, Regeneration, and Armor. In order to get Life Leech, you need to have Life Leech on your gear to begin with, so that you need to specifically target a stat to get that Life Leech. And in order to survive a one-shot, Life Leech ain't saving jack. If you're getting one shot, you're getting one shot and you're dead. So, it's not that simple. I've got 90% armor, 6k health. Where are you getting this 6k health? Are you playing Trade League? How the fuck are you getting 6k health? That's insane. I have 2k health, and that's with me trying to go as much out of my way as possible to get life and just being very unlucky. If you're doing trade, that's one thing, that's fine. But, yeah, 6k health? That's insane.
Decided to announce, and they said the next patch will be the exciting stuff. I mean, I personally...
Titan has 15% more life nodes. Oh, so Titan has extra health. I'm doing trade. Okay, yeah. So you're doing trade and Titan has extra health. That's a double whammy. Okay. I mean, fair. That's fair. But it's like, you need to also consider people playing SSF that don't have access to life. So like, my mercenary also has 3,000 life because I traded some gear for him. Even though I didn't even trade that much, but I did trade a couple of pieces for my mercenary. And so those all came with life. The warrior, because I'm playing SSF, I don't have access to having life on all my pieces, so he's running around with 2,000 health. So getting one shot is just like my natural state.
To announce, and they said the next patch will be the exciting stuff. I mean, I personally already, I think this patch is God tier. but they said that the next stuff, all the new stuff that they're bringing to the game, is way more exciting than this one.
Yeah.
What are they hoping for from the buffs to the endgame maps? They want the base map to be more rewarding, and they said that they like the fact that maps have different strengths. If you learn about the small maps, that's really good for completing them quickly or killing a boss quickly for moving toward a citadel, or maybe you super juice a gigantic map to like do all of your league mechanics on. And me personally, I really like the strategy from Grinding Gear Games because it feels good in these games as you learn more about them to get more out of the game rather than every map being the same thing and it doesn't matter at all. So I like the strategy a lot. But the minimum will be a lot better. It won't be as easy to brick and it won't be as easy to run out of maps.
Yes, we need that. Where did you see the IGN first regarding food and cooking for Monster Hunter? I did. There wasn't really any new information on there. It was mostly like art stuff and, you know, a general discussion about how they designed the food and all of that stuff. So I didn't really feel the need to make a video about it. I know that there's information that was leaked from that video, and I don't talk about leaks. So there wasn't really a point to making a video about that. Because I did watch and even did a reaction to it. Like, no joke, guys might think, oh, Rurikhan's just saying that. It's like, no. Like, oh God, why is my network so slow? Come on, bro. Come on, Windows. Jesus, my network is really slow today. I might have to like restart my router. So like you can see it here. This is me reacting to the whole thing. So I did a video reaction, recorded the whole thing. But then when I was done, I was like, there really wasn't that much new information revealed. So I was like, you know, it's whatever. Riker had a good suggestion on SSF having an innate rarity buff. No, you know, I've been thinking about rarity a lot because, and it's just, I don't talk too much about rarity because people are sick and tired of listening to me talk about rarity. But there is a very important point that those of you that watched my podcast with DM might have noticed. There's a very important point where DM actually says there is a problem with rarity that a lot of people aren't talking about. And that problem is, what about when you want to get white bases for crafting? You're fucked. Oh, you got rarity? Here's some blues. Here's some yellows. It's like, oh, but I want a white base for crafting. No white bases. We got blues and yellows. And that's actually been a problem that I've been running into because I'm trying to find gear to craft, but because I've invested in rarity, I've basically screwed myself over. And now the idea would actually be I should get 2 different sets, one with rarity, one without rarity, so that I can get one without rarity when I'm hunting for whites, and then one with rarity when I'm not hunting for whites. It's like, it's bad. It is bad. It is the rarity is just bad. Like that's it. And again, I know that a lot of people disagree, but in my opinion, I just think that rarity is objectively bad. Like there's not a single upside that rarity brings to the table that they shouldn't just do baseline. On the other hand, the non-whites are just pre-crafted in the current state of the game. Yeah, but if you're trying to like get a bunch of whites to then just do a bunch of crafting, it becomes really annoying to try and get that. You aren't getting whites to drop. So I get about, let's say, per hour, I might get 1 shield to craft on, if I'm lucky. Maces, 3 or 4 whites per hour. It's not good. If you're trying to get whites to drop, yeah, rarity is going to fuck with that a lot. But at the same time, if you're going to tell me, okay, well, do you want to make a set without rarity? No, because if I'm playing without rarity, I'm also not getting exalteds to craft on. It's just this asinine stat that just fucks you over no matter what you want to do with it. It's like you don't put it, you don't get drops, you don't get currency. You do put it, you get drops, you get currency. Now you don't get white bases to craft on. It's just, I hate it. I hate it so much. I'm going to shut up about rarity now because people are tired of listening to me talk about it.
They said, what about the shit maps like Augury and Val Factory? They said some of the things in them are just unacceptable, like the levers, and then you can't dodge roll, and then burning ground can spawn under them. All of that stuff is terrible, and they will remove it. But they did say there needs to be variance between the maps. That way, certain builds that like the smaller rooms versus the gigantic open maps that build just one-shot everything. What is their opinion on the map sustain? Will the boss change? Are you making the boss changes, more bosses on the maps, and the bosses being able to be added to maps to help it? They said there's not sure that there's a waystone sustain problem, but they'll take more feedback.
You're not sure? What do I have to do to confirm this to them? What do I got to do? What do you mean you're not sure? There is a waystone sustain problem. There 100% is. I promise you there is. I guarantee you there's a waystone sustain problem. I've usually been 1 or 2 waystones away of being sent back to tier 1 every step of the way. And I've seen all of the suggestions, all of the things, and I'm not really doing anything wrong. It's just I've been brutally unlucky. Like whenever I tell people, and I wish that I had recorded this. It's just this was in my house, so I wasn't recording, because when I'm playing home, I'm usually not recording. But like, I wish I had recorded that stint that I had where I killed 5 bosses in a row, not a single drop. Not a single waystone drop. Not a single one. I was like, that's crazy. That's insane. Skill issue, I'm at the point where I've entered 90% of my waystones. You know what it is when people that don't have waystone problems, you want to know what it feels like? It feels like it's sort of like this. We both go hunt a Rathalos. I go in there, I get a mantle. You go in there, you get fuck all. And then I turn around and I say, got mine first time. Skill issue. Skill issue. It is what it is. Rurikhan, did they talk to the devs? Yeah. Think you might actually be an extreme unlucky outlier, like 1% of anyone? Mama always said I was special. My mom always said I was special. When Jonathan said he was surprised and sad people went at the pinnacle bosses first, just one-shot them as a dead giveaway that they barely tested anything in the endgame. I mean, but they've said as much. They said that the endgame was made in like the last 6 months of development. It is what it is. But to be honest, there's no proper way of testing the endgame. Because like, you're talking about, I mean, just look at this. I mean, like actually, we have to take this in mind, right? Let's just have a quick look. Okay, just real quick. We're talking about, oh, they didn't test this. Like, brother, how the fuck are you going to test this at scale? This is an impossible task if you pay 1,000 people to do QA test for this. And obviously, you can't afford to pay 1,000 people to do QA test. And this is just a passive tree, because then you have to consider the interactions between this and this, which is your gear, of which there are tons of items. And then you also have to consider the potential interactions with this. Okay? You have to, all the potential interactions with this and all the potential interactions with this. All right? And then after that, you have to consider all the potential interactions with this. Do you understand the layers upon layers upon layers? There's absolutely no way to test this at scale. There's no way. It's impossible. You could probably put, I'm going to just say a random number. You could probably put 10,000 people exclusively organized and dedicated to testing this thing thoroughly. And when you put it online, some Jung Rohn would still find a way to do something that somebody didn't think of in those 10,000 people. 100%. 100%. That's the thing. We are the testers. We absolutely are. It's early access. That's the point. So it's like when you say that, oh, they didn't really test it. I mean, they probably tested as much as they could. At the end of the day, this isn't Blizzard either. This is a smaller team, AA size.
My opinion on this is I like the fact that waystones are important. They shouldn't be so rare that we can't play, but they shouldn't drop so often that you don't give a shit about them. I think with these changes, I think waystones might actually be in a really good spot. So I kind of agreed with their take that after this patch, maybe there won't be a problem, but we'll just have to play it and see. What are they hoping to accomplish with Expedition? They said one problem with Expedition is it doesn't have this like unique specific thing. It gives you like crafting, but the crafting is the same that you can do anywhere else.
I like Expedition and I like Ritual. I don't like Breach. I don't think Breach is fun. But then again, the builds that I play are not particularly good for Breach to begin with. So that's one of its own problems. But I just find Expedition to be one of the more rewarding ones because you have a big degree of control over Expedition. And I also like Ritual because Ritual favors my totem build a lot. Because it's just like very clumped up. Everything spawns in this one small area. I put 3 totems down. They delete everything. Feels great. Problem is, Ritual rewards right now fucking suck. Okay? Straight up, I've never gotten a single good thing out of Ritual. Okay? Out of all the time that I've played, I am yet to find one good item out of Ritual. Even one good piece of currency out of Ritual. It is miserable. Expedition, on the other hand, is weird. I don't understand the entirety of the things about Expedition, so I don't actually know what I'm doing with that, but it's weird. I've tried interacting with it. Usually I get a bunch of crappy items.
They're going to give Expedition some actual unique feature that you can't get somewhere else to make you more powerful, but they didn't say what it was. Why did they wait to add the extra portals to the other bosses? They just said it's harder to make the portals for some of the other bosses. For example, the Breach boss, if they just put in a portal, all 6 of them, it might actually let you redo the Breach, which would give you extra loot. So they have to make sure that doesn't happen. They said, are the Copper Citadels actually the same spawn rate? Yes, they are. They said they ran 1 billion simulations. The Copper Citadels do spawn as often, but people keep dying to the boss's on-death explosions, and they fixed the on-death explosions, and the boss was also, they said, just too difficult relative to the other 2 bosses, so they brought it in line with the other 2. Were any of the conspiracy theories for spawning citadels true? No, and that's what I was saying. It's just all confirmation bias, and none of them were right, so that's why I didn't make...
I did think it was cool that Jonathan said afterwards, like, but I might do something like that in the future just to fuck with you guys, and I was like, hell yeah, dude, do it.
Make a video on any of those conspiracy theories. What does less bad mods on items mean? They reiterated less accuracy, life on kill, mana on kill. For some of the best items in the game, like the tier 5 yellows, they accidentally coded that some of the best affixes were not possible to get on them. Like attack speed couldn't roll on T5 bows, which is like the best suffix. So they have fixed those impossibilities. So
tier 5 crossbows.
Gear in general should be a little bit better and to craft on. And then they had a discussion about, so if you aren't familiar, in PoE 1, tier 1 is the best. And in PoE 2, tier whatever the highest tier is the best. Like T12, it changes. They said, it's first of all, it's the opposite of maps. So maps go 1 to 15, and 15 is the best. So it actually goes
I thought
like
it was just
18 at the top.
crossbows, Shira.
But they don't want 1 to be the best for items and 15 to be the best for maps. Then they said if they add a new tier later in the game beyond tier 1, if they reversed it, then they'd have to redo the entire thing. My main take on this particular topic is they should have it the same between PoE 1 and PoE 2. It's so confusing that it's backwards. And I'm going to be completely honest. I thought PoE 1's was better and less confusing. Tier 1 is the best. If you add a new...
I think that tier 1 being the best makes it a lot easier, because if they keep adding tiers, you're never really going to know, unless you look it up, of course. But like if you're a new player, you're always going to be struggling. Okay, is tier 12 the best? Is tier 15 the best? Like, which one's the best tier? Like, what are we doing? Whereas this way, it's like, nope, tier 1, it's the best. It just keeps going. The lower the tier, okay, it's getting better and better. And then you get a tier T1, this is the best one. So I find tier 1 to be the better way and the more intuitive way, personally.
Tier, it just becomes the new tier 1. Like, that's fine. I would rather learn that the top tier is now 250 life instead of 220 life, and just have tier 1 be the best. I think the fact that it's the opposite of maps is an absolute nothing. It's
they said they will have a new indicator to show you the best tier. The problem is that you're not going to know how close you are to the best tier. Whereas if tier 1 is the best tier, then I know that if you're tier 3, you're like, oh, this is a pretty good item. But if tier 50 is the best tier, then you're at tier 25 and you have no clue how close you are to how good the item is. That's the problem. Many affixes have different numbers of tiers as well. Oh, I didn't even know that. So for some, tier 5 is the best, while for others it'd be tier 12. Okay, that's ridiculous. I guess it could say tier something out of it. If it said that, that would be good. What Avatar Blade is saying. It could say like X out of 20, and then you'd know, okay, so 20 is the best. And here's where I am at the scale with this specific role. That would be cool as well. So yeah. Yep.
Totally fine that it's the opposite of maps. I have never found that confusing. I have never heard anyone say that they have found that confusing. No matter what you do on this, I think you have to make it the same between the two games. The fact that they're polar opposites, I think, is the biggest problem. What else is coming to consoles? They said many more things are coming besides the loot filter, but you will be able to instant swap between controller and mouse and keyboard on the UI. That's what they have coming very soon. What feedback surprised you the most from the community? They said that the damage builds that people make got way too high. People got to the pinnacle bosses and one-shot it without seeing the mechanics. I only got to fight the pinnacle boss one time because I couldn't find the citadels, and I did not see his mechanics. He died with my Eye Strike monk. So that's exactly what happened to me. They, in general, in the future, they don't want to do mid-league nerfs, and the next patch might like nerf the top 10 things, but it's going to bring 50 things up. And more on the nerfing philosophy. Anything truly game-breaking or causing FPS or server issues will be fixed immediately, but in general, they don't want to do mid-league nerfs. A lot of people got their accounts hacked. They wanted to know if there was a data breach, and will they implement two-factor.
This was another really good part of the interview when they talked about people getting hacked, because most companies would just give you a bullshit PR, non-speak, non-sensory about like, blah, 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 we don't know, blah, 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 there was an internal investigation, blah, 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 blah. You know, they would give you that type of shit, right? That's what we expect from companies nowadays. Like straight up corpo speak. They would give you like 10 minutes of a nothing burger of a corpo speak non-sensory where you'd be like, so you don't want to tell us. So they would waste your time, jerk you around, and you'd get nothing out of it. Instead of that, these two guys were straight up, nope, there was a Steam account that was compromised. That Steam account had admin properties. And with that, they were able to put notes into this specific thing. And that was able to change people's passwords. That's how that logged in. So it's not session jacking. It's not these. Like, they went so in depth, I was like, damn. What the fuck? That's crazy. Like, that was very impressive. I was expecting straight, when they asked that question, I was like, okay, here comes random corpo speak line number 57. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. But no, they gave it to you raw and real. They said exactly what the problem was and exactly what they did to stop it. Still, I don't agree with the notion of what they said about like, if we give people two-factor authentication, they're going to lose their thing and then that's going to be a problem. It's like, brother, if you lose your second factor in the authentication, that's a user error and the user better sit their ass down and wait for the problem to be solved. I would still rather have two-factor authentication, okay? There's a thing now. I think it's a Google thing. I think I have it. Let me see. Because I think my Discord uses this, right? There's this Google app that you can have that's an authenticator. I can't find it right now, but I know that I have it somewhere in here. I just don't feel like looking too deeply through my phone while we're in the middle of a stream. But I do know that I have something which is like this this thing that does authentication. Oh yeah, here it is. Authenticator. Yeah, right here. I'm not going to show it to you guys because it's got my Discord code right now. But it's basically a Google authenticator. And this is tied to your Google account. And it's like, it doesn't matter if you lose your phone. You still have access to Google. So there you go. So you can just get Google Authenticator, solves the issue. It was like, no, I don't accept the excuse of like, so the fucker, you lose your second, you lose your device and you're fucking. It's like, no. Put it on Google Authenticator. That's where I have my Discord thing and it works. It's great. Fantastic. You do not want to know how many stupid people there are who lose those things. So let me get, so imagine this, right? Imagine this. Imagine we're in medieval times. I'm the lord of a castle. We need to build a moat. Keep people out. And somebody's like, if we build a moat, the villagers are going to drown. I was like, this ain't my fucking problem. Villagers better not set their feet in the water. Like, what the fuck do you want? Are we going to get invaded by other people because we didn't build a fucking moat for a castle? Because we're scared of the dumbass villagers that are going to drown? Like, I'm sorry. At some point, it's natural selection. You lose your device, you're going to have to wait until support gets to your problem. Like, no, this is so ridiculous. It's like, oh yeah, we didn't put seatbelts in cars. Why? Some people hang themselves with a seatbelt. I don't know what to tell you about that, brother. Seatbelts have saved how many lives? No, I don't agree. If people are going to lose their devices, that's too fucking bad. Like, guess what? At one point, I had a Blizzard Authenticator. Okay? No, it wasn't a Blizzard Authenticator, but I had the app, the Blizzard Authenticator app, on one of my phones. And I lost it. That's on me. I fucked up. So I asked Blizzard to help me, but I didn't like throw a hissy fit when I had to wait. It's that simple, I have to sit my ass down and I have to wait because I fucked up. That's on me. So it's like we can't just not use things in technology because some people are going to be dumb about it. They're looking at it from a legal perspective on what the law says. Oh, yeah, right. I don't know anything about New Zealand law, so they might be liable on New Zealand or something like that.
Factor authentication. In general, there's a big story. The answer is no. There was a Steam account attached to an admin account. Someone stole the Steam account and then got access.
By the way, it's not that 66 accounts were compromised. It's just that there were 66 edits. They don't actually know how many accounts were compromised.
Access to the admins, and then 66
so it might have been a little bit more.
Were hacked with some others. There was not a massive data breach. Two-factor authentication is now required with some other changes for Grinding Gear Games employees, but they said that they may add 2FA for everybody else as well. Is there a roadmap for upcoming releases? They want to make big, juicy, impactful changes. They don't want to release a patch like every week because then people will actually come back and play it and then they can get data from the testing. The next big patch, though, that they said that they were very excited to release is going to be rushed. They said faster than the other ones. So we can expect the next mega patch soon. They were asked about the state of Magic Find, a huge topic in the community. They said it's the same formula in PoE 1, but rarity is different in PoE 2, and it impacts currencies. It doesn't literally give you more quantity, but it's like pseudo quantity, because with rarity, the currencies are affected. So it seems like you get more exalts, and the quantity of...
It doesn't seem like I get more exalts. I get more exalts. Again, I don't want to talk about rarity. People get upset when I talk too much about rarity.
Exalts and divines goes up. They said that the people that really hate Magic Find is a fair take, but they didn't really agree with it. They said in general for Magic Find, they need more data. They will look deeper with more of the changes as the game gets closer to being launched. The state of warriors and maces, they said that they think the campaign is fine. The end.
No. What's that British comedy thing used to? Computer says no.
Endgame seems to have a problem with scaling. Their attack speed and their attack times are a problem, like they're really slow. And warriors are compared to Giga Chad builds like the Hand of Wisdom and Action Mercenary that's going to get nerfed. But then DM went on the attack and he said, would you agree that warriors have the worst state of everything? The worst offense, the worst defense, the worst scaling? And they both said that they actually agreed. So
yes, they're the worst. They're fine in the campaign, though. What do you mean? They're literally the worst. And you just said it.
They agree that the warriors are in the worst state possible. And then they said in general, they're going to add a lot more things.
Warriors need to build a wall and make the monks pay for it. Yeah, brother. Make warriors great again. We're going to make warriors great again. You'll see. We're going to build a wall, and the monks are going to be the ones to pay for it. Not just the monks and the sorceresses. They're going to be the ones to pay for it.
Worst state possible. And then they said in general, they're going to add a lot more things for maces. What about the armor problem that Kriparian drew so much attention to? It needs more than what they're giving it. They're just giving it a small update. They're not exactly sure internally how to fix it. One of the problems is that evasion and energy shield have way better synergies with other things that make them so strong. They need to think it out a lot more, and they need a big change to armor to actually fix the entire problem. Are they changing the charm numbers? No, but they feel that charms have things wrong with them. There aren't enough charm slots, and charms are a newer thing that's really not complete. So the charm thing that they said that they're fixing earlier is just when it's being activated and how many charges you have. What about the state of crafting? It's 2-slot machine, not machinery, 2-slot machine. And there needs to be more determinism, but exactly as they said, I'm glad they said this, you can't make it so deterministic that you can just craft whatever you want, because then you don't have a game. They'll make more changes later. What about the state of divines? Nothing much to say. It'll be fixed with more future leagues and content.
The thing about crafting is that because I've seen some of the crafting that exists in Path of Exile 1, I'm not overly concerned about the current state of crafting, because I think that crafting is just going to be something that's going to improve with time as they introduce new league mechanics. And in a lot of ways, this is going to be this is going to be a hot take. People are going to be ready to burn me at the stake for this take. But in a lot of ways, I think it's actually good that they started with this crafting system. You guys are going to be like, what? We want the other systems. You need to understand, for somebody like me who's coming in like pretty much fresh, it's like I'm fresh off the boat, as they say, right? I just arrived at the beach. Okay? It's much easier for me to understand. Okay, so I have this one orb that I use makes whites blues. Then I have this other one that I use makes blues get another affix. Then I have this other one that I use gets them another thing. And then I have this other one that I use that gives them more things. And then I have this red one that I use that just destroys the item. Okay, I understand how it works. Yes, thank you. Oh yeah, there's also these other ones that add additional quality to it, make it better. And then there's this other one that puts a hole in it, right? And then at the end, I use the red one that destroys the item. Yes, yeah, I understand how crafting works. See, if you were to put everything that Path of Exile 1 has right now at this early access of Path of Exile 2, I'd be looking at those goddamn things and be going like, okay, so this one adds an affix, then this one adds another one, and then this one re-rolls this thing, and then this one re-rolls the other thing, and then this one turns the item upside down, and then this one transforms this shield into a wand, and then this one transforms that wand into a two-handed mace, and then from there, if we add this other thing, that adds plus melee skills. You know, it's like start people off easy, and then gradually introduce, okay, now that you understand how things work, here's another currency type. And now you know, here's what this currency type does. And then another league comes in, and now here's another one, right? That's the thing. So I'm not overly concerned about the state of crafting right now. I'll probably, rage about it during live streams a lot because it is what it is. But I think that it was a good choice to introduce it in a simpler state for smooth-brained tourists like me to be able to understand it intuitively so that later down the line, we can get the rest of it. Chance coffee crafting is hardly the word I'd use. The entire system is just an RNG loop. Yeah, it's as people point out, it's like identifying with extra steps, whatever. But this way I understand what is happening. And now when they add the new one, I already have the basic. It's like when you're in school, right? First you learn first grade, then you learn second grade. You don't just jump into like ninth grade without learning everything else in between. And I kind of feel like that's the approach they're taking with it.
Because they were arguing that no one uses divines because they're only used on the stat amulet and ingenuity belts. That's only like the top 1.1% of people. But I don't think this is a big problem. I think this will just be fixed naturally as they expand the game. State of Endgame mechanics. This is like strongbox and essences. They said the balance is really off and Endgame just had a severe lack of testing, but the more people are playing it, they're figuring out. They said essences and strongboxes are supposed to not be known that they're coming. They're supposed to be surprises. They're supposed to be exciting. But currently they're just anti-dopamine because they suck. They're aware of that. But they do want both layers to continue in PoE 2. The mechanics that you spec into, that you place on the maps that you want to do, and the surprises within the map, they just need to be far more rewarding. How does the transition from the campaign to the end game feel for players? What data are they seeing? They said players are not very powerful in the beginning. They need to make it way better and more fun in the beginning of the end game rather than just complete tier 1 maps.
People have been telling me that this is not going to be a problem, so I'm going to take them at their word, but I'm very concerned with mandatory chore lists. Okay? If you give me a Diablo Season's Journey chore lists, I'm going to be very disappointed, okay? If I log in one day and it says in there like, change the appearance of 5 pieces of armor, I'm going to I'll uninstall, dude. If I log in and I see them like, socket 5 runes, I will lose my shit. Okay? If I log into this game and there's a quest in there that says socket 5 runes, I'm uninstalling the goddamn thing. Okay? I'm nobody's bitch. I ain't here to do no fucking chores. I understand that doing tiered maps is a part of progression. That makes sense for me. That lets me make my own fun with the game. Go do towers, go do things. I choose the thing that I want to do. So long as they let me choose the thing that I want to do, that's cool. The moment they start giving me basic bitch tasks like, complete a dungeon, go and kill 10 of these specific mobs. It's like, bro, no. Season's journey, and again, I only tried doing this once for the first season of Diablo 4, and that is absolute cancer. Okay, straight up, no holds barred cancer. Luis Rosa, thank you very, very much for the souls, dude. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Didn't have to, dude. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Tip of the hat. Appreciate it, dude. They're never going to do that. I hope they don't, dude. Complete a tier 1 map is basically complete a dungeon, so that's not the best example. Yeah, but you get what I'm saying, right? Like, there's just some tasks that make you go out of your way if you're not interested in doing them. And I hate when games do that. I don't like chore lists. Like, it's the whole idea of like a battle pass. I hate it. Like another game that did that for a while, and this was when I was actually addicted to it, was Dauntless. And Dauntless is a complete fucking turd right now because it got bought out by crypto bros and it's just a complete piece of shit. They ruined the game completely, right? But back in the day, before they completely destroyed that game, the battle pass, you know, for a while I like accepted it, but the battle pass of that game was like, go hunt a wind monster, for instance, right? And you'd have to go hunt a wind monster to progress the battle pass. But I'd be like, but I'm trying to farm fire monsters because I want to make this fire weapon, but I have to go do the wind monster because I want to complete the battle pass so that I get the goodies that come in the battle pass. So I'd go and I'd hunt the wind monster until it would complete the objective. And then it's like, okay, what are the objectives now? Okay, so now you can go hunt an earth monster, a void monster, or a water monster. And I'd be like, motherfucker, I want to go hunt a fire monster. Like, what the fuck do you mean? And then I'd have to keep doing these chores that I didn't want it to do, and I couldn't actually pursue my own objectives in game. That's the issue that I have with these stupid ass chore lists, okay? Which is exactly what Season 1 D4 did, which was absolutely asinine. So that's the one thing that I'm scared of it becoming. That's the one thing that I'm scared of it becoming. Pretty sure it wouldn't be like the challenges, those things like reach X, stealth, and Dev, no X, and it doesn't fit getting the Atlas points. I hope not. I did not understand it as a mandatory quest or something. I really wouldn't mind it that much. He just likes to introduce new players to map mechanics like Breach and all, not just throw them all in the water without any knowledge. Yeah, I guess it's like if you got something like but the thing is, I don't want it to show up in the map until I find the map that has it. So like you find a map that has a breach, then the quest can pop up and be like, oh, do a map with a breach. Because then the thing is right there and I can go do it. If there's not a single breach in range and there's a quest in there that says, go do a breach, I will just like start, oh, why would you do this to me? So yeah. Like I said, Monster Hunter Rise secondary objectives. Yeah, secondary objectives in Rise and World are pretty okay. Like the ones that you register and it's just like, oh, you know, hunt a large monster, capture a flying wyvern, whatever, and you just have those in the backlog and you do them whenever they pop up. That's whatever.
They need to help new players a lot more. The narrative just ends and people are lost with absolutely no direction. They said this was a major focal point that they're going to change about the endgame. The state of one portal mapping, it hurts new players because new players don't have a good build. They don't know what they're doing.
New player here. I like it. It's fun. I like it. See, things like this is the reason why I say one portal. Okay? That's why. It's Rax's fault. Okay? So when all of the people complaining about me saying one portal earlier, take it up with Rax. It's not my fault. It's him. He's the one using this lingo. I'm joking. But yeah, I've heard a lot of people refer to what I was talking about as one portal. Okay? I have. So it's like I'm just trying to adapt to y'all's lingo. Okay? But yeah, no. New player here. I like it. I like having only one portal and death being meaningful. I think it's a good thing. I think it's good.
When they die, they lose the map. They have to redo it. But the blasters have good builds. They don't really die as much. And even if they die, they'll just keep playing anyway. So it's like very one-sided. And how do they feel about XP on death? They want to make deaths matter. So they said they would prefer to make a bunch of other changes rather than changing the single portal. But too many death penalties currently occur at the same time. You lose the map, you lose all the currency laying on the map if you haven't picked it up, and you also lose the XP. They said
what if you lose all the same things, but you get to keep the waystone, but it becomes white? It goes from golden to white. I'd be okay with that. At least I still have the waystone. Solves the problem for map sustain. Kinda.
in general, the start of maps should be easier and the difficulty should ramp up. Again, I mentioned this in the live stream. I'm just going to mention it one more time because I shouldn't say this, but it just pisses me off. This is the feedback that I said that I think grinding gear games should do to help new players. And a bunch of PoE elitists said I was a piece of shit. And if you make the start of maps or Act 1 in the campaign easier, then you're just ruining the game. It brought it.
I don't think Rax is a piece of shit. I think Act 1 is perfect the way that it is. I don't think it should be easier. And I do think that making it easier will make for a worse experience. 100%. One of my favorite moments in Act 1 was specifically because the developers weren't scared of putting me in the ground. Because I hate the way that developers handle gamers nowadays with kitty gloves and be like, oh, you made a mistake. Oh, it's so cute. Okay, here you go. It's okay. You can make 50 more before we'll actually punish you. That's kind of like the state of gaming nowadays, except for very specific games. And I remember that everything used to be that way before Demon Souls, okay? Before Demon Souls came out, a majority of the games that I was playing, the requirement for you finishing the game is like, oh, look, you're a cute little gamer. Can you press the A button? Can you press the A button? Oh, you can finish our game. Look at you go. Look at you go. You're going through and you're pressing the A button and you're winning. Oh, you're so good. And it was like, once I played Demon Souls, I was like, I can never enjoy these other games again. I can't do it. I can't. You know, because a lot of the games, it really was literally that. Can you press one button? You win. And it's like, I don't want that. I want death to be meaningful. I want developers to not be scared of putting me in the ground. Developers should not be scared of putting players in the ground. You made a mistake. Maybe the developer's like, okay, you can make another one before I put your ass in the ground. But back in the day, it used to be more like, oh, you poor little thing, you made a mistake. Oh, you're so cute. It's like, no, I don't need the fucking kid gloves, okay?
A big smile up to my face to see grinding gear games say that this is exactly how it should be to help new
I disagree
players.
with Rax on this one.
So, I'll stop there. How do you feel about ailment application in PoE 1 versus PoE 2? So the ailment application is based upon the magnitude of the hit and in PoE 2, and they say that they really like that. And they actually really like the asymmetry, like Hammer of the Gods being really good at applying an ailment, whereas something really fast attacking might not be. They said in PoE 1, they fixed this and they balanced the entire game by adding like ailment modifiers or coefficients or whatever. And they said they would prefer to keep going with something similar like they have in PoE 2. In general, I agree with that. I don't mind that there's asymmetry in the game. It makes the game interesting. There just needs to be choices within the asymmetry It can't just be all Hammer of the Gods. Ascendancy swapping. They would prefer that it's locked in and ultra important, but many people feel completely the opposite way and feel that you should be able to switch it. They said that this is not a hill that they want to die on. They believe.
I kind of I prefer the ascendancies not be swappable, but to be honest, I don't feel super strongly about it as well. It's like, oh, whatever. If they swap it, it's not going to be the end of the world. But I think I would prefer it to be something that you put in. It's like, no, this is an important decision. You're locked into that.
That was the exact quote. So it sounds like as long as the community keeps really complaining about it, then they will allow it. It sounds like from the sound of it, it sounded like it's probably going to change. Should pinnacle bosses be one-shottable? They said, no, you should have 1 to 3 minutes of actual skilled combat, which means not the phasing, not the dialogue, not the RP. You should be playing for at least 1 minute of skilled combat before you should be able to kill a boss. The 7th and 8th.
My friend, Calb says, my friend is suffering with Blood Mage and it'd be way better if he could switch. He can switch. It's called re-rolling. I know that sounds harsh, but you can switch. There's an option for you. And you can boost him. See, he can switch, and you can go boost him through the content so he can do it faster.
8th ascendancy points are a hot topic because they're very
I find it interesting that I don't usually see a lot of people talking about boosting other players. I don't know if maybe it's just because I'm not paying attention or whatever. But usually whenever people talk about reroll, they talk about, okay, I got to reroll. I have to go through and do all of the content again, yada, yada, yada. Back in the day with Diablo 2, the way that me and my friends would do it, be like, listen, I'm going to make a new character. I need you to take me to Act 5. All right? And one of your friends would come in. There's like boom, 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 boom. You're in Act 5 now. Have fun. And then you'd get through and you'd farm along, get some gear, get some stuff, get your build online, blah, blah, blah. And it'd be like, okay, listen, boost me through Nightmare. Boom, 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 boom. You're in Act 5 again. All right. Grind some more, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I need you to boost me through Hell. Boop, 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 boop. That's the way that we used to do it. And by the way, this is me asking a friend of mine. It would also be the other way around. Friends would ask me, and then I'd go in with my teleport sword, the same one that I'd use for Magic Find. Whoop, 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 whoop. Get them like the important waypoints to do the quest, do all that shit. Whoop, 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 whoop. And boom, you're in Act 5. Go grind, have fun. That's the way that we do things. And I kind of feel like the vibe in Path of Exile is not really the same that we used to do back in the day. That sounds 100% elitist gatekeeping. I hate that word. I really do, dude. I need to just like start ignoring that word whenever people bring it up because it's so annoying. Jesus Christ. Why is it gatekeeping? Like it is one of those things that does upset me because people do it to me often. Like that random people come up and like, oh, you're an elitist gatekeeper. It's like, if I'm a gatekeeper, why the fuck am I doing guides for beginners? Not very good of a gatekeeper, am I? God damn. It's like that is probably one of the things that genuinely annoys me. That and being called a liar. Whenever somebody calls me a liar, that's a very easy way to send me into a fucking fit of rage. Gatekeeper and a liar. She had no idea if it works like that in PoE, but if it does, we can have a friend. Yeah, it does. It does. I mean, yeah, you can just like boost people through, get them through the act, as far as I'm aware. I think that Ashira makes a very good point. Gatekeeping means that I would want to prevent people from playing the game, when the reality, what I want is for the game to remain true to its true nature. This is why a lot of people like to say that I'm a gatekeeper when it comes to Monster Hunter because I talk about how I like preparation aspects of the game being important. People are like, well, that's gatekeeping. Or whenever somebody says that like, oh, Dark Souls should have an easy mode. And I'll go like, no, Dark Souls shouldn't have an easy mode. You're a gatekeeper. It's like, no, I just want you to respect the game. I want you to play the game. I want you to enjoy the game. It's quite the opposite of being a gatekeeper, but I want you to respect the developer's decision, which is kind of like the same way that I feel here. Like, if the developers end up saying like, we actually want to swap the ascendancies, to be honest, I don't feel that strongly about it. I don't care. If they swap it to I think I kind of prefer ascendancies being locked, but if they swap it, I wouldn't lose sleep over it. It doesn't bother me too much. I don't feel like that's a major issue, but I wouldn't say that it's gatekeepy. I don't think you're any of those things, but definitely a Capcom shill. I'll agree with you there. I am a Capcom shill, 100%. No, actually, no, you're wrong. I'm not a Capcom shill, because being a Capcom shill would mean that I would also be trying to sell you guys on like Street Fighters. I'm a shill for certain Capcom games like Monster Hunter, Dragon's Dogma, important cool games. Yes, absolutely. Just like right now, you could also argue that I'm a shill for grinding gear games. Absolutely. I'll accept it. I'll accept that one.
Difficult to acquire, and they asked, are they supposed to be this difficult? And they said yes, they are supposed to be very challenging, an end game thing to get your final 8th ascendancy. So a very casual, let's say non-skilled or low time player, it sounds like they will not be expected to get their 8th ascendancy point in a league. Are they going to change?
I haven't even tried that. I need to see if I can actually do that.
Core Atlas tree. They said many changes will be coming, and their words were the current core Atlas tree, which is the endgame tree.
In order to be a shill, you have to be saying armor is great now. Title: Path of Exile 2. Armor is huffs copium great. I'll never beat the allegations. It's all ogre now.
Feels boring and flat. Map tab when? As soon as possible. They're building it right now.
We don't need a map tab. There's not enough, like, listen, brother. Let me show you. Listen. Where do I have mine? Oh, yeah. I don't need a map tab. I'm fine. Map tab, not a problem. Not really a problem that exists in this game, as far as I'm concerned. Yep. Map tab's optional. Imagine needing a map tab. Wouldn't know what that feels like. Couldn't tell you.
Predictive versus lockstep networking. They haven't looked at it yet. Terrain obstruction being worked on. Yes. What about all the crashes? They're looking into the crashes.
They specifically said that the new patch is going to bring some terrain obstruction fixes with it, I think.
But they said that it's not so easy to fix. And they said they might even turn on a mode where they can track what you're doing if you're getting the crashes. It will lower your frame rate a little bit, but it'll help them solve it immediately. If they implement it, I'll make a quick video and I'll tell you, hey, if you want to help grinding gear games fix all the crashes, turn this on and I'll tell you when it's fixed. Minions being blocked in doorways. This is a major problem that they said this. It's a major problem that impacts a lot of people. Passability doesn't work. They tried it and it made the minions play way worse. They need a very smart solution. They don't know what it is yet. They have tried everything obvious. Nothing works. But one thing they are going to change is minions that die in the distance should respawn instantly. Minions don't dodge major attacks, especially damages over time. You're supposed to be able to... The way that you are able to keep your minions alive isn't good enough. They will do a better job in the future. Minions become slowed with debuffs when you get slowed. Is that intended? No, they'll fix it. The tooltips for minions don't work. They will fix it. When are they adding specters? Fairly soon. The other things they were saying like really soon. So this fairly soon is probably more like Blizzard soon, like not very soon. Search feature, is the search feature coming on the Atlas? Yes. Tornado Bird, nerfed. Yeah, after it already killed me in DM. Well, whatever. Auction House, nothing to announce right now. Accessibility for red-green color blindness. They want to fix it in the game. They don't want to add a mode for red-green color blindness. So they have some people that they will test it with red-green color blindness and just fix it for everybody. Visibility on rare blue mobs. They were vehemently against adding a glow for the rare and blue mobs. They literally called it cancer in games. They are going to work on it and solve it a different way. What about the visuals in co-op? Can you disable the visuals for your teammate? They said they will not add an option, but they can make engine fixes that just make it automatically better. Can you disenchant flasks for quality? They will add it. Are they going to add checkpoints and maps? That's not a terrible idea. What about seeing the gems before you cut them? They'll think about it. Gambler in the hideout. It was originally in the hideout. Then they found an exploit 10 minutes before the game launched. They removed it. They'll add it back. Venom Quest, you can't reselect the rewards. They'll add it. They'll let you reselect it. Movement speed as an implicit on boots. They said they don't like this take. Movement speed will stay on boots. They like how it is right now.
Movement speed is pain. It never rolls. It never rolls. It doesn't happen. It doesn't exist. Movement speed doesn't exist. Okay? Doesn't roll. It doesn't happen. I've never seen it. Doesn't exist.
Can you ever customize the UI? It will never be like WoW where you can change everything, but if you have a really good UI change or a slider that you really need, they might add it. Body blocking in co-op, something is not right about co-op. They have like the wrong size of the players relative to others.
Florio, I actually have 30% movement speed. Gotcha. Coming in here with your 25 fucking welfare boots. I have 30%. Although the rest of the boots ain't that great, but you know.
But they're not going to give you passability through others. When are the microtransactions fully moving from PoE 1 to PoE 2? All of them will be done by the end of early access. They said it's way harder to move them over than you would think or than they thought it would be. So that's my 100 mile an hour, 2.5 hours condensed into whatever that was, 10 minutes of explaining everything that Grinding Your Games is doing. But I want to reiterate something. They said they did this entire patch in 2 weeks. And they said somewhere right here, what was the most exciting thing that they wanted to announce? They said it's in the next patch. So not even any of the stuff that we had.
I'm super excited to see what the next patch brings. Like, I think that this was a really good patch. It's not applied to the game yet, unless it was applied while we were watching this. So it's not in the game yet, but I think it's going to be a very good patch once they do deploy it. But I think one of the things that I revealed the most is the fact that they are in tune with most of the worries of the community. Not all of them, but most of them, which is as much as you can expect. And I just really, again, I cannot emphasize how refreshing it was to just see the full transparency and overall knowledge from the developers. Like, they know what they're talking about. They're not just going in there and giving you nothing. Like, the epitome of that is, for those of you that aren't aware, at one point, this was a long time ago. I always like to bring up this interview. I was at Gamescom and I got to interview Deej, who at the time was the community manager for Destiny. This was before the release of Destiny. And talk about a worthless fucking interview, bro. I kept giving him like the most softball of softball questions, and I wasn't able to get a single fucking answer to anything. Like when I left that interview, I was like, why the fuck did you guys even schedule an interview? What a waste of everyone's time. I felt like I wasted Deej's time, and I felt like they wasted my time. Though at the time, my time wasn't particularly valuable. I think at this time I had like maybe 4,000 subscribers, something like that. I was a tiny ass channel. I didn't get the interview through myself. This was an interview for a website that I was working with that set it up so that I would go there and interview them. And he, like I've said yesterday, okay, he treated me like a mushroom, kept me in the dark and fed me shit. That's what I got. Like, I got nothing. So it's like, when you see the exact opposite of that, it is so refreshing. Because sometimes you guys might get some of those events and some of those things where I feel, oh, the developers really didn't tell us much and stuff like that. With these guys, it was the exact opposite. They told you literally everything. They held almost nothing back. The few things that they held back was because it wasn't announced content. It's like, okay, look, guys, this content is going to be upcoming, not announced yet, so this stuff we don't talk about. But everything else, they gave you answers for everything, which is crazy. Read the shiitake. Bro, that one fucking killed me. Read the shiitake. For those of you that don't know, shiitake is a type of mushroom. I think it's a Japanese mushroom, the shiitake mushroom. Oh my god, dude. They're tasty. It's not my favorite kind of mushroom. I actually like the more traditional mushrooms. Those I think taste better. But I'll eat shiitake mushrooms. Those are nice. But yeah, Rui the shiitake is something that I never thought I'd listen to. Rui the shiitake.
Today. So to me, this is not only a godly change for Path of
It is,
Exile 2
absolutely
today,
is.
it honestly makes me really, really excited for the next patch. And one more thing that I wanted to say is I was completely wrong. I didn't think grinding gear games should do this, but I was really expecting.
Will you consider going to Exile Con if they have one in 2026? Absolutely. I think that, well, is Exile Con in New Zealand? Ooh. That might be rough. I don't know, man. Like, cause New Zealand, I wonder how many hours it is. Like, let me see real quick. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT. How long would it take me to fly to New Zealand? Oh, I forgot to tell it where I was. It probably knows. It probably already knows. You know. Come on, ChatGPT. You know. You know where I live. You know where I live. Man, ChatGPT just hit a blank. Like, it's so long that ChatGPT can't even give me an answer. The flight duration to New Zealand depends on your starting location. Wow, why are you so slow? Okay, I'm going to stop you there. And it's like, how long would it take to fly from Lisbon to New Zealand? Flying from Lisbon, Portugal to New Zealand typically takes around 24 to 30 hours of total travel time. And because we're leaving from Portugal, I'm just going to add another 5 in for free. So about 35 hours for me to get to New Zealand. I don't know, man. That's a little bit rough. That's a little bit rough. 35 hours? That's a lot. That's a lot of fucking time to get somewhere. You're spending 2 whole days just actually no, you're spending like 4 whole days just traveling. If you really think about it. It's 4 days of travel. That'd be insane. I'd love to, but that's very, very rough. At least 1 or 2 layovers, commonly in cities like Dubai, Doha, Singapore, or Los Angeles. Los Angeles has been going through some rough times. Heart goes out to the people affected. 35 hours from Lisbon to Cockfosters. God damn it. Just sail on a Portuguese sailboat. You'll be there in 12 hours, right? Yeah, sure. You ever been to Japan, Ruri? Nope. I was going to go to Japan right when COVID started with the wife.
Expecting them to just nerf everything today and just crucify everything. They didn't do that at all. They took what I think is a much smarter approach. They made the game a lot more fun, and they're saving all the fixes in conjunction with a major balance patch, whenever it's going to be. I have no idea. Next month. And that's the best of both worlds. Everybody's happy right now. And then when you do all the nerfs in the next patch, you have a new economy thing, people will forget about it because you made the game better, and because there'll probably be a lot of new cool things that'll just make them forget about it. So their tactics here, their strategies, it's not just the patch itself, it's the thinking here is very, very strong. My confidence in grinding gear games was already pretty high. My confidence improves significantly with this patch and
Agreed.
with this
Agreed.
with this showcase there. By the way, I will say one more thing.
Big agree.
In general, I thought DM and Ghazi did a very, very good job. They asked a
Another
shitload
big
of questions. They weren't messing around. They honestly didn't even let the devs off so easy on some of the topics. It was a great performance by them as well. It's a good time to be a PoE 2 fan, I guess.
Absolutely.
For any of you.
So, guys, make sure to check out the video, give it some watch time, leave a like, do all of the usual things. Rax does fantastic work. Oh, I had already liked it. I was like, did I hit the like yet? Yeah, I hit the like twice. Okay, that's what you got to do. You got to hit the like multiple times. Let me just take a quick bio break, and we'll get started with me failing at maps real quick. Just turn on my controller. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick bio break, and then we're gonna get started. Where's my face cam? Put my face cam in there. Give me a minute. The patch is not yet live. We are getting the patch this week at some point, according to the developers. I changed a couple of things in the build, by the way. I removed some of the defenses because armor ain't doing jack for us anyway, so fuck it. So what we got going right now is the main difference is I came all the way over here to grab this, and I grabbed this. The supportive ancestors, as well as all of the totem damage nodes here. So our totems are hitting considerably harder. Our survivability, though, is still complete dog water. So, yeah. It is a problem. One of the things that I would very much like is to get, like, a solid two-hander mace. Because I do kind of want to, like, swap things over for two-hander maces. What are we doing? Tier 14s? Okay. Oh, wow. We have 2 tier 15s? That's real good. I guess I should enchant these tier 14s. Because I'm assuming a bunch of them still don't have, like, full enchants on them, so let's go ahead and get all of that done. I think they're all blue. Yeah, these are all just blue. Let's get this thing going. And now let's get this. And I'm not going to vol all of them, and I'm not going to exalt all of them. It is what it is. There's a limit to my madness. Let's go ahead and move all these over here. Bro, I can't wait for them to just allow us to... By the way, I'm going to increase the volume. I feel like it's a little bit on the low end. Oops. Yeah, this should be good. Can't wait until they let us actually use mouse for this type of stuff. So we'll put... Wait, is that 3 tier 12s? Put your asses in there straight up. Boom. Gonna put these tier 15s on the bottom for now. And now let's see, which one of these has the lowest? It's this one, followed by this one, followed by this one, this one, this one. Okay, I sort them out by lowest importance so that I can kind of like decide which one I'm going to use depending on how good the map that we're doing is. So for instance, if I'm going to do a map like this because I want to path over this tower to juice this area a little bit, I'm just going to put in a Garbo map. Because it's kind of pointless to use like a good map in that situation. So we'll use this Garbo tier 14. Hope for the best. Although technically I need to get some bosses available because we don't have a whole lot of tier 14s. Okay, there's a boss node over here. So we'll eventually have to do that. Well, actually this enables like a bunch of boss nodes. So yeah, we'll get there. It's just, I don't know if this tower can affect these boss nodes. I'm hoping it can. Also, we could go over here and like boost up this to juice that. That might actually work even better. That might actually work even better if we go this route. And these maps are already like a little bit juiced. So we'd go boom, 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 and then get to this tower. And then see whatever we got to do to get to the other towers and juice the maps around this area because there's a ton of bosses there. Yep, that's the route we're gonna go. Do 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 do.
Crush them!
Yeah, I'm SSF. I'm probably only going to be playing SSF moving forward because I did not like the trading experience. As in, I don't think that trading is for me because I don't like skipping progress. I like interacting with all of the systems. So, like, I like doing, you know, exalts and all of that. And if you are doing Trade League, wasting an exalt on an item is just a complete waste. It's straight up a waste. Like, there's no reason for you to be rolling exalts on anything if you're running trade. At least there wasn't back when I was playing it. It's like, why would you run an exalt when you can just get the perfect rolls on an item for one exalt when I was playing? I'm assuming now it's inflated slightly, but still, that just put kind of a bit of a sour taste in my mouth. I like using the items and interacting with the systems. I find that to be more rewarding. And this is not me saying that people that are enjoying trade are doing anything wrong. Absolutely not. Play however you have the most fun with, which is what I'm doing. Jesus Christ, Ray, I have level 58 and I have more HP than you. Yeah. HP is for losers, man. What makes you think I need HP? I've got skill. When you have skill, you don't need HP. That's the way it works. You never heard of that one? If you have skill, you can offset the HP requirement. I'm trolling, by the way.
Let's try.
I've just been very, very, very unlucky. Does SSF give you anything other than the respect of your peers? Nope. SSF is more kind of like a... It's kind of like hardcore, right? Do you get anything for doing hardcore? Nope. It's just kind of like bragging rights or self-imposed challenge. In my case, it's more of the self-imposed nature of things. Because, like, you can do everything that you can in SSF in Standard League. All you gotta do is not trade. There you go, problem solved.
A rarity and all mine.
Would you look at that? We're already full.
Go on. What can I do?
See, guys, this weapon's really bad because it's only level 62. That's the issue. Kind of like this one. This one's level 78. Clearly, it's much better, but it's still just not enough. That's the issue right there.
Good eating.
Ah. As a matter of fact, let me go back into this map with a full inventory real quick. Let me just go back in there. Full inventory. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Hey, another tier 14 map. That's nice. Sustaining, baby. The best way we can. Okay, we're gonna have to move some of these up. Some of these gotta start going up. Rory's map? What do you mean? What's the problem? You don't like the name of my map tab? I promise you, there's no second significance behind it. I just like having a tab where it says my name on it so that I know that that's where I put my maps. Didn't Quinn just put like one where it says Quinn's Gems, Quinn's Map, Quinn's Everything? Bro, what about the World of Warcraft drama situation? You guys been paying attention to that? I've actually put out a tweet today, and I kind of feel like it was a little bit premature. Because in my tweet, I just go like, look. Actually, I should probably explain the situation for people that don't know. We should watch a clip. We should watch a clip for context. Otherwise, people won't understand what's going on. Yeah, there's some really big World of Warcraft hardcore drama going on right now. It's really overblown. Absolutely it is. But it's like I probably shouldn't talk about it without showing the clip, because otherwise people are not going to understand.
Need mana.
Elon streaming PoE2 on Twitter right now? Wait, we gotta check it out. No shot, bro. Is he really gonna double down? That'd be crazy. Elon, what the fuck is this, bro? Elon, what the fuck is this? This is a good angle. This is a very good angle for your character. Screen
As you can see, my friend here is
reset itself.
killing a lot more than I am. He's from Boston.
Oh, he's playing multiplayer.
So, one of the cool things about just playing video games like this is you can do a pickup game with friends, and even when they're in different cities, different time zones. So, yeah, playing video games is kind of fun, and it's a good way to stay in touch with your friends.
Would be nice to actually see Elon. Subscribe to Elon Musk to chat? Wait, you have to pay him money to be able to
I'm trying to look
chat?
at a lot of different things.
Guys, we gotta listen.
Simultaneously and try
I
not to die, which is I'm looking at
I
the
think
Starlink
y'all just
latency.
take. I think y'all just take the types of benefits that I've been giving you out here a little bit for granted. You know, I think we need to. We need to institute like you know. I think yeah. I think this is a good idea. You know, I think If you guys want to chat, you might as well give me fucking money. I can't. I fucking can't, dude. Fucking insane, bro. The fuck? I think that y'all should be paying for the privilege of typing in my chat. Oh my god, bro.
Crush them!
I think you should especially have to pay for that zoomed in camera. You know, actually, you know what? From now on, let me give you guys the Elon Vision, okay? I'm gonna give you guys the Elon Vision special. Oh shit, wait. There you go. There it is. Come on. Wait, I have to do it in turns. Because it's actually not easy to fuck up that bad. Turns out you have to try real hard at it. There you go. Elon Vision. That's what you're getting. No, wait. Elon doesn't have a face cam. There. There we go. That's perfect now. So guys, I think that gaming's... No, wait. This is not enough. You can actually see my character. Needs to be just a little bit more. There you go. There you go, right there. Okay. There. I think that's about right. So listen, guys, let me tell you about how gaming's a really good way to keep up with friends. This is why I play solo self-found, okay? So that I can go keep up with my friends while I'm gaming. All right? You guys like Elon Vision? Where's the voice changer? I don't think he's using a voice changer. I can't replicate his accent. Like, that's too much for me. I need to hear the household noise. Oh, you want me to cancel my noise gate? No, I'm not gonna do that. It's a pain in the ass to mess with that stuff. Not to mention that even if I was to cancel my noise gate... Actually, I'll show you guys. Let me show you what happens if I cancel my noise gate, right? Where is it? I have my... 0. Here, filters. There, turn that off. There. Now you don't have a noise gate anymore. So if I kind of like move around in my chair... And you can hear the controller as well. There you go. The Elon experience. This is Billionaire Stream? Absolutely, bro. What, you don't like Billionaire Vision? This you know I can't torture you guys like this. I like you guys too much. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I'm turning on the noise gate again. It's too much. I can't. This ought to be funny. Get a little bit of the Elon Vision. Just face cam. Crazy ASMR. Quadruple A streaming. Yeah, you guys just don't know about that streaming experience. We're just having a watch party for Elon's live. That's the way to do it. I don't like farming that hard. I want to have fun while I'm doing my streams. You guys already give me plenty of money. Ooh, expert smithing hammer.
My satchel is full.
Damn, already? Really? That's harsh. That's friggin' harsh, bro. We're having to make a lot of trips back, but that's the SSF life. I think I might trade Shockwave Totem with a Central Muscle Blast Totem, so most of our projectiles don't really do much.
Yes.
I don't really like ancestral totems that much. When compared to the totems that I'm using, they don't last as long. Like, I know that you can make them giga-roided if you put, like, what's it called, Sunder on there, and you put a bunch of other stuff on there. But I kind of feel like in order to really roid them and make them good, you need to... You need to actually have, like, a 5-link or a 6-link to really make them pop off. Because, like, I tried a bunch of different skills with Ancestral. Maybe I don't know which skills to get or something like that. But, I don't know, it just didn't feel very good. Alright, that's garbage.
Hello.
Hello. I'll be here.
Most interactions are broken on totems, which is why Ancestral felt pretty shit. I've seen people clear like whole screens with Ancestral. Alex linked me a build the other day. Like, dude Sunders were covering the entire screen. Not exactly sure how he was doing that. But it was pretty giga-roided. But yeah, I do agree that a lot of totem interactions don't work. Man, I feel like we barely sustained this map. We got like a tier 13. And again, this was never really meant to be a particularly good map. Ooh, expert smithing equipment. I need to start picking up like bases of two-hander bases. And I love how I set all these guys on fire with one parry. I love it. Those guys just spawn right on top of me. Oh, it's a dude. It's one of these little burrower dudes. Those little burrower dudes. Magma Barrier is love and life. I have been enjoying Magma Barrier a lot more than I initially thought. But it is mostly because Magma Barrier makes it so that I can attack whilst also being survivable. And also doesn't interfere with my totems just dealing roided damage. How's Bone Shatter? Is it any good? Bone Shatter is one of the best warrior abilities. It's just right now my totems are dealing so much damage that stuff dies before we even get to the Bone Shatter bit. So I rarely get to use Bone Shatter. Tier 10. Put another log on the fire. I should show you guys the Thor clip before we talk about the WoW drama. I do want to talk a little bit about it, but it's not really too much in my wheelhouse. Which one's this Expert Forge Maul? Which one's the one that does the AoE thing? That's the Cultist. To be honest, I'll pick up this one as well. Why not? But I kind of want to get one of them Cultists for the greater AoE. Not that the AoE is going to matter for my totems, so it really is whatever. But I do really want to have like a two-handed mace. It's mostly for aesthetic reasons though, because when I saw what the warrior looked like with a two-handed mace in the dev stream, I was like, man, that actually looks badass as fuck. I just want to look badass. I don't even care if it's more efficient or not. I kind of want to look badass like that. So I want to be running around with a shield and a big two-hander. What's your take on the WoW stuff? Yeah, I'll talk about it. I just want to show people the clip first. And we'll talk a little bit about that. Looks like we did that. I've dove deep into Thor drama, watched Asmon vid, watched T1's vid, watched Soda's vid, bruh. Yeah, dude, there's a lot of drama with that stuff. Do I have an open stream on? Let's go to YouTube and let's see. What should I even search to get like a good clip of that? Oh man. It's like Eric's is also getting in on the Monstron thumbnails. Yep, IGN leaked it all over the social medias now. I was trying to see if I could just find a clip. Oh, here it is. I think that this is it. I think that this will probably be it. Yeah. So this is what happens. Right? Let me turn off the audio here real quick. So here's what happened with this little bit of drama to get people up to date. So there's a group. This is hardcore. Well, wait. I'm in the middle of Thor's face. Let's go to presentation mode. So this is a mode in World of Warcraft, which is hardcore mode. If you are familiar with how hardcore works in Path of Exile 2, should be fairly. It's the same thing. The difference is takes way longer to level a character in World of Warcraft because this is World of Warcraft Classic. This is World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore. Okay? So what it means is if anybody in this party dies, that is months of progress lost. Okay? I want you to keep that in mind. Tons and tons of hours these people spent leveling these characters up to level 60. There's 5 level 60s here. Okay? So keep that in mind. And the other thing is, in Path of Exile 2, when you die in hardcore, you just get sent to softcore. You die in hardcore here, it's over. Rip bozo, no more, goodbye. So what's happening? They're doing Dire Maul, and they're struggling a little bit. I think this is Yamato's POV. So let's just watch the clip, and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Well, I got shield wall. God damn it.
Run.
Just run. Can you target dummy?
I can target dummy, yeah. Should I do it?
Just kill the massive. Yeah, target dummy. Kill the massives.
No.
Also, are you fine? Any grenades,
I got last
anything?
stand. You can just
Heal him.
Yeah, you just heal me. Just come back a little bit.
What's on me? Sitting bear form.
Snuppy, just run.
I can help a lot. Yep.
Pirate, why are you walking, bro?
What are you talking about? Why am I walking?
This
Look at
is
my mana.
savageable. Come
Innervate
on,
you?
man.
Just kill the mastiffs.
Innervate.
Innervate the healer. Kill the mastiffs.
Uh-oh.
In the sense of
It's not looking so
Do you
good.
see my mana? What am I supposed to do for you?
just kill the
Well, Pirate is in a different zip code right now.
mastiffs. One shot. Okay, we
More
pulled
than
another
more on the way,
pass.
more on the
Run
way.
now.
Ice Nova.
The mastiffs can be ice novas.
Uh-oh.
Now we're gonna wait.
Uh-oh.
Sora?
No.
And healer's dead. See this person right here? They just lost a month of their life. It's just gone. It's like, poof. Into the ether it went. You know? Humans, let's say on average, humans would actually. What's the average lifespan? This person's called Sarah. Maybe it's a woman. Average lifespan of a female. I think it's more than of a male. It is life expectancy, fast stats. Females 80.2 years. So the life expectancy of your average female is 80 years. Okay. Now let's pull out the calculator for some quick maths. Okay. 80 years times 12 months. Oof, 960. One of those months is gone. Gone. So for this person, their average life expectancy might be 960, but one of those has just been completely wasted, gone forever. Poof. It's gone. Okay? Let's continue.
Okay, get out, get out.
Run.
Evocation's on cooldown, man.
I can taunt last.
How much mana is Ice Nova? There's no that much mana.
You have a boss in you. You called run.
Getting slowed.
Uh-oh.
Fuck. Wait,
Anything for me?
Snuppy. Oh,
I
no.
don't think...
Oh,
I cannot,
no! And now there's the average for the males was a little bit less. Average lifespan male. Assuming Snuppy is a guy, is a dude. Life expectancy fast stats. What is it? 74 years. 74.8. Let's just call it 74. So let's do the calculations again. What are we working with here? So 74 times 12, 888. One of those is fucking gone now. It's like poof, poof, gone, fucking gone, disappeared into the ether. Okay. Meanwhile, Pirate's over here sipping on a sippy cup.
Also,
No,
are you good?
just run out.
Are you good?
The
Also,
boss
Mods
came
were
out
fed $1.76.
Fuck!
So 2 people died.
They called
boss
run.
came up after,
I
like, the
ran,
Masters
and I was
2,
out of mana.
after we,
I don't know what the hell they were expecting, dude. That does not make any sense. No, they overpulled 2 polls and the boss. Like,
Fuck.
There you go.
yeah.
So that's the situation. I think they're going to show a different angle, or is this just a follow-up? Oh, I guess this is the follow-up conversation. Okay.
Oh no.
I mean, the regular ogres can still be polyed. We just had the boss and like 5
So now they're
masters and
arguing
2
about
ogres.
what
We
happened.
Polyed 1 ogre, killed 1, and then walked it out.
yes, literally, just even an Ice Nova would have been enough.
You guys pulled that when I had...
You instantly ran out, bro. You instantly ran. You didn't even look
As much
back.
as you're angry right now, of course I ran.
I'm not angry at all.
You
I'm not angry at all.
overpulled 2 packs. You overpulled 2 packs and a boss. I had 1,400 mana left. I had to spend all of that mana to try and put it on Blizzard to save you guys in the first place, and nothing left. You weren't paying attention to party resources. You overpulled, and you weren't paying attention to where the boss was. That's not on me.
I saw the boss coming. I don't know if we could like move back faster, but yeah.
But there wasn't even
Damn.
like any like information. We are just yapping about useless stuff. Do you see my point?
I mean, yeah,
Not
yeah.
on
But, I
me.
mean, I called it the boss coming though, but at that point, maybe it was too late to move back.
Like you're telling me like a rank 1 mage would not like at least to try Frost Nova there. Like you're not even like in danger.
Oh, I'm
can at
100%
least
in
try a
danger.
Frost Nova. Like,
100%.
No, you're not.
No, 100% in danger. When your shot color says run, it's time to run, you run. That is how that works. You were the shot caller. You called for run. I ran.
I'm not a shot
And
caller.
I was out of mana.
Actually, I'm a noob, bro. I
You
think I
called
have
the
way
shot.
less experience than you have.
Oh dear God.
And I can still see that I can at least use a Frost Nova there. Or at
Okay,
least try
then go
something.
roll
You
a
were
mage
the
and do
first
it.
person that ran away and didn't even look back. Literally.
This
You
is the
didn't even
second
say
time.
anything.
This
You
is
could
the
have at
second.
least said like the boss.
You're
were
just
there.
gonna talk
You were just
over me?
yapping
Is that
about
what we're
useless
doing now?
stuff. Well, I'm
We're just gonna
giving you
talk
my
over me?
point.
Is that all? Is that all we're doing? Okay.
That's not good.
You done giving your point? You good?
Yes. I'm done.
Okay. Cool.
not good.
You go roll a mage then. See you around.
Go roll a mage.
Jesus.
Go roll a
I don't
mage.
think that's
Insane.
Go
shit.
find Mancrick's wife.
That is outrageous, dude. You can't blame me for that shit. You
Time
make a
to go
bad
find
call, you make a
Mancrick's
bad
wife,
call,
bro.
That's on you, not on anybody else.
That's what you gotta go do.
$69.69 to charity.
They give the $69.69 to charity. You're awesome as hell. Yeah, no. They pull that with the mage at no mana left, and they pull 2 packs and a boss. What the hell am I supposed to do for them? I could have Frost Nova'd, and the boss would still run him down and kill him. It's not on me. Not at all. Insane shit to see that.
Rip. So, let's talk about the situation. Now, look. I don't play World of Warcraft hardcore. But here's where I land with this. Hear this out.
Too, watch out.
Yeah. Well, I got shield wall. God damn
Run,
it.
run.
Just run. Can you target dummy?
Run. Just run. Just run. I didn't say it. They said it. Run. You say run. This is hardcore. You run. Thor ran. Everybody's in full panic mode.
Just kill the master. Yeah, target dummy.
Now all of a sudden it's like, wait, no, actually, kill this thing. Don't run anymore. Kill this thing. It's like, you're gambling with people's time when you start calling shots like this. First shot gets called, run. Now it's like, no, wait, stop, don't run, kill the thing. Kill the thing, run, don't run, kill the thing. It's like, little bit of a confusion.
Massives.
No.
Also, are you fine?
Now, this is where he made a mistake. This was a mistake. See, he turned around. And this is a lot of people are saying, Thor didn't even turn around. He did. He turned around right here. Turned around once. Then he roached out. So, Thor turned around. What was the mistake? He cast max rank Blizzard. And what you're supposed to do in this situation, and by the way, I don't know these things. I know this because I've watched like a zillion different videos on this by now. Because I don't actually play classic World of Warcraft. I played vanilla back in the day, very long time ago, and I play warrior. Okay, smooth brain warrior, mage, brain needs to be too wrinkly for me to play. But point is, if you're a mage, you're meant to actually use this one, which he probably has right here, which would be a rank 1 Blizzard. Why do you have to do that? You look at his mana. Doesn't have a lot of mana, and by the way, the 1 HP thing, that's apparently an overlay. It's a joke. He has more than 1 HP. But the point is, you're supposed to use the lower level Blizzard because all you're really trying to do, you're not trying to kill these mobs. You're trying to slow them down so that your team can get away. And so, rather than using the rank 1 Blizzard, he used the max rank Blizzard and burned through all of his mana. If you actually notice at his mana right there, once he does that, it's at 1400. Boom. Down to 300 because he used a max rank Blizzard. Instead of that, he used the level 1. He would have been able to channel that Blizzard a little bit longer, would have given his team a little bit more time, slowed everything down, maybe even have mana to go and do a fucking Frost Nova like they're saying, which would root everything in place, blah, 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 blah. Could he have done more? 100% he could have done more. But guess what? People started saying, run. Run means run. Get the fuck out.
Any grenades, anything.
So he did that thing, and then
Heal him.
roached
Yeah,
the fuck out. Like, he's out of there. Okay,
Just
look
come
at
back
this.
a little bit.
Plus, on me sitting barefoot.
After that moment, his camera doesn't even turn. He's
Not me,
like,
just run.
I'm
I can help
roaching
out.
out.
Yep.
Bye.
Pirate, why are you walking, bro?
What are you talking about?
However, what happened afterwards, that kind of like, I personally thought was kind of not cool, is this guy is losing his shit. This guy's like, you know, going all out drama. Let's fucking go. And I usually don't like it when people go all out drama, okay? I think that if you're playing an MMO, you know, particularly if you're playing in hardcore, you want to be playing it with friends. You want to be having a good time. You're going to respect whatever the shot caller says, blah, 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 blah. Shot caller said run. People started changing their minds halfway. Then it's like, oh, let's actually not do it. Let's actually do it like this. Let's actually do it like that. It's like, it's a disorganized fucking mess. To me, the biggest problem here is the people calling the shots are doing a piss poor job. Now, could Pirate have done more? Absolutely could have done more. People have pointed out you can use this thing, which gives him mana. You can use this thing that gives him mana. He's supposed to have a mana potion in here somewhere. Apparently there isn't one. Whatever. He could have done way more than he did, but he roached the fuck out. He roached the fuck out. At the end of the day, I still think fault is on the people that are organizing the dungeon run. It's that simple, because this isn't the first time they fucked up. They fucked up all over the place in here, and this is not even that hard of a dungeon to begin with, so whatever. But you know, this right here generated hours upon hours upon hours of drama. You guys have no idea. Right now, there are millions of views being made on YouTube based on that one thing, because a lot of people want an excuse to hate on Pirate Software. But then again, Pirate Software didn't handle the situation as well as he could to begin with. He never admitted fault. He never apologized, said he could have done more or not. And it's just one big old mess. Just a big old mess. But it's interesting, and therefore it generates loads and loads of drama. And everybody's got like a big old opinion on it. Me personally, I just think that like when people started going after him with death threats and shit like that, it's like, bro, you're crossing the line. Not to mention just like even starting up all of this fucking drama, discussions and shit like that. Did he handle it the best? No. Did the people involved in this handle it the best? Also no. It was a fucking shit show from all sides. So that is what it is. It is what it is. Hey, and you know what it is? What it is, we got a tier 11 map. That's what it is. He doubled, tripled, and quadrupled down on it not being him. Yeah, exactly. Are you going to chat with Preach about Monster Hunter? I am scheduling it. We will see if it happens. I always like to only give you guys news when it's a sure thing. So I'll tell you guys more when I know more. Oh, looks like we're actually going to be able to upgrade all of these. Oh no, these are going to become 7s. Dun, dun, dun. I'm scrounging for every little bit of sustain that I can get. Okay? We are scrounging, team. Try the Monster Hunter Wilds demo and the game didn't run well for me at all. Sorry, Florio. Hopefully the final version will be in a better place. We'll know more when we're able to play it. So we'll see. That's ruined. That's ruined. Let's ruin another one. It's pretty much ruined as well. Hey, the lower attribute requirement's pretty nice, but no. This is all garbage. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Okay, Ruri's map. What do we got next? 150. Let's go. I think there was another map that I wanted to connect to, which is... Wait, what tower was I going to juice? Yeah, I was going to juice this one tower. So I guess we'll go through the backwash. Then here. Okay. Is plus the skills good for Mace Warrior? That's exactly what I'm looking for. It's not good for all Mace Warriors, but it is the best thing for my build. Is there a Scrounger subclass? I don't know what Scrounger is. Core lesson is don't play WoW. The core lesson to me is more like play games with people that you enjoy. Like for instance, Tummy Giggles, when we did Final Fantasy XIV raiding, did we have drama? I mean, I guess we did. We did have a couple of people that, yeah, it was rough. But for the most part, it was pretty okay, I would say. For the most part, it was pretty okay. We definitely didn't have anything as bad as this. Ruri is drama? Am I? I am not drama. Yes, I hated you. You didn't keep aggro. What the fuck? In Final Fantasy XIV, I would have to be trying really hard not to keep aggro. In Final Fantasy XIV, you gotta try hard not to keep aggro. Like, you gotta be not doing anything. Gotta be like AFK not to keep aggro. Hashtag Team Frank. Okay, yeah, see, that's exactly why I stopped playing World of Warcraft. Team Frank is why I stopped playing World of Warcraft. Jesus Christ. Turned off your tank stance? Oh! That is a good point. There were a couple of times where I went into instances and because it was the ones that leveled you down, I would forget to turn on my tank stance. That might have actually happened.
Crush them!
Haven't played 14 since 2021. Loved Endwalker was my Gotti 2021. I wouldn't recommend jumping in now. I would definitely not recommend Dawn Trail, which makes me really sad. It used to be like the easiest recommendation of my life. Yeah, you should definitely play 14. I mean, you probably still should if you've never played 14. At least do, you can play all the way up until Stormblood. So you can at least do the entirety of Heaven's Word, which is definitely worth it to play it just by itself. But, yeah, I don't know about doing Dawn Trail. Doing Dawn Trail sounds like some crazy shenanigans. Would not recommend. It's a fundamentally different, different tone of what you would have expected from Final Fantasy XIV up until this point. Yeah, the gameplay I've heard is good in terms of like the battle content and the scenarios and stuff. That's all good, but the actual leveling experience, oof. And the story's not there to pick up the slack this time around, which kind of sucks. But because everything needs to be a culture war, the thing that people talk about the most is woke Lamont. The problem is because of woke Lamont. It's like, I mean, the problem is partially because of woke Lamont, because it's a terrible fucking character that was written terribly. Yeah. Problem is the story itself. It's the bad story. There's nothing woke about woke Lamont. Yeah, exactly. It is just a terribly written character. That is the point. Been keeping up with Xeno? Wild stuff with members from the Final Four Tens. Really? What's the drama with Xeno? I've noticed that there's been like some drama there as well. Ooh, expert crumbling mole? I'll try that. Yeah, I need a perfect jeweler's orb myself. Hell, I'll take a greater one. I just like to have a greater one. I've never seen one of those. I'm running 100% rarity. So I should have increased chances of getting that shit. It just doesn't drop. Stacked sabotage. That's not armor, is it?
Destruction!
Someone started a stalking plugin? What do you mean by a stalking plugin? Like they can see where the other player is? Or is it like IP address and figure out where they live? What are we talking about exactly? By the way, if you see me doing something stupid, it's because I'm looking at chat, so I might just cast a random golem into the corner of the map out of nowhere. I can tell you how to increase your chance of getting jewelers, but you won't like it. Do I need to exalt my maps? Because I'm not doing that. I ain't exalting jack. These maps have not been rewarding enough for me to exalt them. The plugin can see your account ID, all your characters, name changes in the past 10 years? Oh my god, that's like a... That almost sounds like a data breach at that point, if people can look at your history of character name changes. That's pretty fucked up. How are people even accessing all this information? Seems weird. Seems real weird. Ball gems? I ain't doing no fucking ball gems. I mean, I don't mind doing ball gems. It's not the end of the world, but... It's like, to be honest, vol gems on my warrior, the experience so far, I don't think I've ever gotten something good out of a vol gem on my warrior. Well, okay, I'm lying. I have 2 sockets on this shield. So I got that. But like, these boots did nothing. These gloves... Damage penetrates 12% cold resistance. And some of these things I just didn't dare the corrupt. But like, I haven't had many good results. Okay, I guess the armor also got some. There's like, it's been way worse to corrupt stuff on this dude than all of the other ones. I don't know if I want to try the crumbling mole. Jesus, 212 strength. How the fuck am I gonna get 600 strength to wield one of these? That's ridiculous. That's never gonna happen. How the fuck are people doing that? I have no earthly idea. That's crazy talk. 600 strength to one-hand one of these. What a sure thing, brother. I'll get right on that. It's just the problem is, even at 500, like, look at how much strength I have right now. I have 294. I have 294. That's absolutely crazy. See, I just don't think that I'll ever be able to two-hand a mace. It's just not happening. The 5% more strength node, I've had that. This one, I can respec and go get it. But it's not worth. It's straight up not worth.
Go on.
The problem with the reduced requirements is that I need both reduced requirements as well as +6 to melee skills. Which on SSF is quite like, the probabilities of that happening are beyond astronomical. Like, it's crazy. It's not gonna happen. Like, here, we'll try it. Watch. Watch me get, like, fucking light radius. 10 life per enemy killed. Ah, fantastic. Just what I need. Cold damage.
Hello.
Amazing. Yeah, the chances of getting something like that are astronomical.
Crush them!
You don't need plus to melee? I absolutely need plus to melee. That's the problem. When you're running totems, plus to melee is your damage. As in, plus to melee is actually more important than enhanced physical. Plus to melee is literally the most important stat for my build. So it's like, if you're talking, oh, you just need... No. If I don't have plus to melee, it will literally be weaker than the mace that I'm using right now, which has +4 to melee. So yeah, so I would need plus to melee and plus the reduced requirements. And hopefully also get like enhanced damage or something, which you're getting to a level of... you're getting to a certain level of detail that is likely just not going to happen.
Destruction!
I need a t-shirt that says plus to melee. You know what? That's actually a really good idea for a t-shirt. What if I did a t-shirt that just says +3 to artillery? Now that's what I'm talking about. Wait, how do I... Have I finished the map? No, map's not complete, and I can't see where the rares are? When there's only 30 mobs left? I'm so confused. How's this map not complete? And I can't see the rares. Oh, there's an inscribed ultimatum. Did I really just get fucked and I'm about to lose one of my maps for nothing? Because that's pretty bad. That's real fucking bad. No, there's no rituals in this map. God damn it. We got a glitched map. Rip. No loot filter. Nope. Don't need it. I don't get enough loot. So what you're saying is just don't play warrior, yeah?
Forward!
16 monsters remain. Where? Specific one on this map it can bug? Oh, god damn it. Because, like, this is the worst part is that this isn't even a good map. Like, I was running it so that I can go to a tower without wasting good nodes. That's the whole reason I'm even doing it to begin with. 3 monsters remain. Or if we could get it to 0, now that'd be hilarious. You'll get it to 1 and then just not get the monster? Rip.
Yes.
Scholar's Amber Amulet of Battle. Oh. I didn't know you could get that on an amulet. Well, let's just run it again. Waste another tier 14.
Speak. Hello.
$79. Yeah, gloves I knew, but it's gonna be really hard to roll something good on gloves. Oopsie daisy. We go again.
Destruction!
Attack speed and plus melee skills would be like gigaroided.
Feel my wrath!
Flat damage on gloves does work on totems as well.
Destruction.
Didn't even know you could roll flat damage on gloves. Guess it makes sense, because aren't there builds where you can just use unarmed and stuff? Expert Forge Maul would be a good one because it doesn't have too much strength requirements. Like 121 strength or whatever, that's actually kind of achievable. How much strength does this need? Oh, it's 174. Never mind. Never mind. Actually, I'm not even gonna try for these. I'm just gonna try for the one-handers. It's just it's too much of a gamble to even attempt that in SSF, I feel.
Face me.
Maybe I'll eventually change my mind, but... Although to be honest, it's not like it takes much to at least do the first few rolls. Just doing the first few rolls can't hurt. First like 2 rolls, because they're so dirt cheap to do. Plus melee skills is a pain if you don't have the mana. Yep, that is something that I already feel. This is why you see me just like chugging them potions like nobody's business. No, I think the max you can get, from my understanding, is +6. Wait, you can get +7? That's pretty crazy. Are we really going to get another glitched mob, dude? Don't do this to me twice. Already had to waste a map in here. I'm just trying to get across. Okay, we're seeing the markings at least. Bitrate doesn't look good on stream, or is it just me? Should just be you.
Face me.
Anybody else having bitrate issues? Only 720p on Twitch. That's weird. Because I'm streaming at 1440p. Seems like restream might be fucking things up. Huh, is that the first time that's happened? Or has it always been 720p since I've started dual streaming? Last time was 720. Oh, god damn it. See, because I don't know how I'm going to be able to fix that.
I've nowhere to keep that.
Because, like, right now, I'm sending the 1440p signal to Restream. Yeah, I need to look in to see if I can fix it. Whoa! What the fuck? That lightning damage hit me different.
Steel yourself!
Let your blood drink that.
In the right hands, this could forge something truly exceptional.
My auto quality on YouTube says 480. You can get 1440p on YouTube. Really should turn off quest objectives to see more. I didn't even know you could turn those off. Nice. Thank you.
Yes. What? Hello.
Hello. Bad. Bad. Real bad. More bad. Worse. Real bad.
Greeting.
There you go. That's my life. That's my life, trying to make my little totem dude. I'm just trying to make my little totem dude. Game says no. No totems for you. No totems for you. That's what you get. Ooh. We also get these tier 2 maps is what we get. Seriously? Tier 2 maps on tier 14, bro? Tier 2 maps on tier 14, bro? Frack is this garbage? You see this, Jonathan? What is this? Jonathan, please. Mark, somebody help me. Help me! Terrible. Atrocious. Disgusting.
Hello.
Get rid of it. Sell this.
Until next time.
What the fuck did I just sell?
What can I do?
No. This.
Time is not.
Okay, I still didn't fit. Wait. Oh, okay. For a second, I was like, I don't see it. It's panicking. It's probably the last elite in here. HP goes down so fast when you don't have too much HP. Just goes down fast.
Crush them!
See, guys, warrior survivability is fine. You still haven't seen me die today. It's fine. It's not a problem at all. Oh, great. Now there's these two dudes. What if this shield was goated, though? Imagine that. Imagine if that shield was goated. Wouldn't that be a thing of beauty? Alright, this backwash is cleaned up. Doink. What's your stance on Wild's monster spoiler drama that happened with the last IGN video? People picking up on details and showing monsters in thumbnails, etc. I wouldn't do it. Because the way that I operate is like, look, if it's an officially announced monster by Capcom, I kind of find that's fair game. Fair game. Capcom officially announced the monster. It's in the official promotional material. Like, look, if you don't want to get spoiled at that point, you really shouldn't be watching. You really shouldn't be watching channels. So, my stance is anything that is officially announced by Capcom, that's fair game. You should report on it. If you want to put it on your thumbnails or not, that's going to be to each individual person. But I think it's perfectly fine to do so. Because my stance on it is also people watching, you know, Monster Hunter content at this stage, the very least expectation that you should have is that official promotional material is going to be shown to you. But that's kind of where I personally draw the line. Now, different content creators draw the line on different places. So things that leak, like this IGN situation, I personally wouldn't put it on there. I don't think that's cool. It wasn't an officially announced monster. But the point is, if you're on social media at all, that stuff's already been spoiled to you 1,000 times over. It is what it is. At this point, if you're someone that doesn't want to get spoiled of official promotional materials, you should already be on a blackout, which I support, by the way. I think you should black out if you're interested and if you're engaged and that's what you want to do. Absolutely. I do my best to avoid spoilers where and when I can. Like, for instance, when the game comes out, you're not going to see, thumbnails of unannounced monsters in my thumbnails. That's not happening, okay? At least for the first month or so. No monster that wasn't officially announced is going to be shown on a thumbnail or on a title or anything like that. But again, if it leaks through IGN, that's going to be up to each individual content creator, and I can't blame them for it. Now, there's leaks and leaks. I avoid all of them. It is what it is. Anything Ruri says on his channel is official as well. Don't say that. I still remember at Gamescom when people showed that clip, and I was like, I'm thankful that people give that much value to the things that I say, but at the same time, I was like, shit, I really got to watch out what I say, because luckily I had just asked the devs the day before, and what I said was absolutely accurate. The devs that confirmed it directly to me, so I knew that I was saying something that was true. And I'm never going to, say something that I believe is bullshit. But at the same point, it made me realize whenever I speculate, I better make damn sure that I emphasize that I'm speculating, because people are really looking at what I'm saying and taking it as fact. It's not the first time that Capcom let monsters icons in these contents. Yeah. Thanks for your respectful stance, appreciate it. It's like, I try my best. I understand that there were people that were disappointed with me putting Rompompolo and a Rurikhan in recent thumbnails. And I understand where they're coming from, because usually my channel's kind of like a safe haven for spoiler-free content. It's just, I really wasn't thinking that, like, this was like quite a few months ago. This isn't even like weeks old content. This was months old content. I was like, whoa, I'm really getting raked over the coals a little bit over a Rurikhan and Rompompolo. I wasn't expecting that. I mean, these are official and stuff, so yeah, but I understand where people are coming from, but it's like, at that point, like, look, as a content creator, you guys gotta at the very least let me use official material. Stuff that's been officially announced, like, because I already suck at making thumbnails. I don't know how I would be able to do meta for a video reaction to the IGN video where I talk about Rompompolo without including the name Rompompolo or an image of Rompompolo. It's like I have to also play the SEO game a little bit. Yeah, I know, Ashira, I know. It's just like, listen, The thing is, like I said, leaks you'll never see on my channel. New monsters that haven't been announced you'll never see on my channel. It's just like I really need to be able to use the official material because, again, doing thumbnails is rough. But guys, I gotta get ready because, like I said, I have to go see the doctor about the thing in my back. I need to get ready for that. Sorry, it was a little bit of a shorter stream. I've also been a little bit tired over the situation with my kid. So yeah, but I love you guys. Thank you all very much. Excuse me for hanging out with me, and I'll talk to you guys later. Right? Stay strong, stay safe.